Hello, folks, and welcome once again to Modeller's Corner. And if I just raise my camera up a second here, you can see my beautiful mug. Not that you guys really want to see it anyway. The reason why I'm using this camera right now is because the one I've been using for all the other Modeller's Corner has decided to pack it in just before we went live, just before I pressed the live button, and so I'm just using this one on my computer. So joining us once again on Modeller's Corner, we have good old Mr. Ben Hall.
Hello, everyone.
And returning once more on Modeller's Corner, we have Mr. Simon Martin.
Hey,
so
good to see you.
It's all good. So we might. I don't know if Tom Biddle's going to be coming along tonight. There, he said he might be a bit late, but we'll see how we get on. We might have some more people come on. Yeah, fingers crossed. See how we get on here. So, as you know, guys, Modeller's Corner is just a little get-together of us fellow modelers just to work on a wee project, just to get through this lockdown and so forth, and share a bit of banter here and there, maybe swap some modeling tips, and it's not only is it helpful for us, it's also helpful for you guys at home. So if you want to make your own models and you want to learn a few tips out there, keep listening. You might learn something. We'll be asking questions later. So. Yes, and also one other thing is that this week here it's going to be the last time. It's going to be for now. We're going to be holding the show reel one last time, but like from then on in, we're just going to maybe keep the show reel for maybe once in a while, but not all the time, because the way I'm working right now, it's just I just haven't got time to get everybody's stuff together to put into a big show reel. So, but there you go. So, what are we working on tonight there? So.
I can jump in. So I'm working on a number of LNER projects, transfers mostly, and a bit of painting of the black bits. The first loco that's going to get the treatment is actually the infamous W1, of which, there we go. Right. This is my version, a modified Graham King on a Hornby body conversion, which I've been painting up and getting prepared to go back into service last week or so. I can't believe it. It's actually 12 years old, this model. It's extraordinary. It's 12 years old. Graham King built it for me in 2008. Crazy. Oh, can you hear me, Michael?
I think I've lost my audio at this end. I can't hear anything.
Ah, I can hear you.
Can you hear you.
Oh God, no! I can't hear anything. Can anybody hear me? I can't hear.
We can hear you.
Oh, right. Let's check the chat. Everyone else seems to be able to hear us.
Shoot! This has to happen now.
Michael, can you hear me?
I literally don't know what's going on. I can't hear anything. Somehow my headphones have gone dead. I have no idea what's happened. Hang on a sec.
People in the chat, can you drop us a message to say if you can hear either me or Michael or indeed Ben?
I can't hear you. Well, you can hear you. Well, you can hear me. Okay, yeah, you can hear me. Okay.
Yeah, we can hear you, Michael.
So right, everyone can hear us, but we can't hear each other. Is that what I'm guessing?
I think it's just Michael can't hear us.
Right, well, while he's sorting the audio, I am going to grab some washing up liquid and some warm water.
That's my headphones. It was my headphones that were doing it there. I'm sick.
Ah, can you hear me?
It was my headphones that were doing it. Why is everything breaking on me today? I don't know what's going on. Maybe they need charged up. I think they probably need charged up. They did this before, like so. Let me charge it and see what. Let's see what happens.
Right. Okay.
This is so embarrassing. I'm so sorry, everybody.
That's all right, Michael.
It always has to happen whilst we're time to learn sign language. I think it's best. Yeah, I think it's best we try that. Before I suddenly went deaf, what was it you guys were going to be doing again? Because I think it's just like after I asked Ben what we were working on, it literally just went all deaf.
Can you hear me now?
I think
Michael?
Simon said he's working
I can
on
hear you
his,
guys now,
his
yeah.
locos.
Fantastic. So Ben, do you want to go first?
Indeed, yes. Seeing as I've finished my orc ship, this monstrosity.
I can't actually hear Ben.
Oh, I can hear him.
I can't hear him at all.
Try refreshing your browser.
I'll refresh the browser. Hang on.
Yeah, refresh browser.
Okay.
Thank you for joining.
As long as you can still hear me.
As soon as we possibly can. In the meantime, well, we would play you some music.
Yes,
Copyright issues not there. Okay.
Well, yeah, seeing as the boat's finished, I'm now working on a display piece, which is an orc workshop diorama.
Awesome.
Complete with one that's been squashed.
That's brilliant.
So I'll be working on that tonight.
Sweet. And Simon, what are you working on again?
Sounds good, Ben.
What are you working on, Simon?
Michael, I now can't hear you. So I can hear Ben, but I can't hear you. Oh no! Wait! Hang on. What have you done?
I can hear both of you.
I haven't done anything yet.
Michael, say so. No, I can't hear Michael. So you can hear both of us.
Yeah.
I can't hear Michael, but I can
hear both of you.
Hang on a sec. Sorry, guys. We'll be
Shall
back.
I try this refresh one more time? Right, hang on.
Oh God, I'm all on my own. Oh no!
There we go. That's
so sorry, everyone.
Wait, did Simon close off?
He refreshed.
Wait. Right, can you hear us now?
Right, I can now hear Michael. Ben, can you say
hear
something?
me? I am here.
Ben, I think I've got the name for this week's stream. Can you hear me now?
Can you hear me?
Oh God! Sorry, guys. I don't know what's going on here.
This week on Model's Corner,
audio.
we're going to be modeling how to model an ear trumpet.
I'll tell you what. Let me turn the.
Right, can you hear us now?
Right, I can hear you, Michael. Ben, say
Can you
something.
hear me? Hello? No?
Right, Ben, try and refresh your thing now.
Right, okay. Back in a second.
Right, fingers crossed.
It's like
fingers crossed.
What was it? Kelly Whitehead saying it's like those old cell phone commercials. Can you hear me now?
Right.
Oh. Right, go on, Ben. Say
here?
something.
Hey, bear.
Yeah!
Yes! Yes! We've got audio. We've got audio.
Hello, Ben.
And we didn't have to break out any hammers.
Oh, right. Right.
Oh, God. Never mind.
God.
We're all here now.
Oh, dear. So, anyway, folks, welcome back to Modeller's Corner. Let's get back on track here. Right, so I forgot what I said.
Right, Michael, I think we were on to what you're working on tonight.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't hear what Simon was saying that he was working on today. You just remind me.
I'll do it very quickly. Transfers.
W1. Good.
Lots of LNER things. Oh, and we have a special guest, Mr. Thomas the Tank Engine. Yeah.
Hey.
Well, the little blue bastard, as I'm calling him this evening, because he absolutely refused to work the whole day. I left it on the rolling road, came back 15 minutes later, and it was running itself. I thought the gears weren't meshing properly, and no, something. I don't know what it was.
Well, I'll send a letter to the Falcon Shoulder and send a complaint here because somehow he listens to me. I don't know why. I'll get so Topham Hatt on Twitter. If you can, I'll send you a message later on here. Have a word with Thomas here. Otherwise, I won't be riding next time.
Yeah, tell Tom to stop being an awkward prick.
Yeah.
Excellent.
So, anyway, from my end here, I'm going to be working on. Now, the other day, I actually made an announcement that I was going. Me and YouTuber, not YouTuber. Oh yeah, he is on YouTube. Me and YouTuber and Twitter user Tim Fjord, we're going to be doing a joint project where we're going to replicate the Reverend Audrey's Mid-Soda Railway, because we actually managed to we basically he was modeling 009 stuff there, but he says he hasn't got a layout. I wanted to try 009 at some stage, so I says, look, why don't we replicate Mid-Soda? And he's like, yes, let's do it. So these last few months that I've been trying to see about sourcing out exactly what size the layout is and what the track plan is. And I kind of did his own theory as to what it would look like until a fan approached me this week and he says, hey, I found this here in a book. I don't know whether or not it'll be of any use to you, but I think this might be the track plan. I don't know what it is. Have a look at it and see what you think. I looked at it and I was like, oh my God, that is the track plan. That is the track plan. I was like, where did you get that? Where's it from? He says, oh, it's from this book here. And I'm like, right, I'm ordering it on Amazon. But yeah, just brief. I'm just going to show it briefly here for you guys. This is the track plan for the Mid-Soda, the original Mid-Soda Railway. Oh, so there's a lot more track in it than we actually thought. So yeah, but anyway, I'm not going to be doing any mid,
wasn't it?
Eh?
Sorry, Michael. It was a real rabbit warren, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was actually. Yeah, so like, yeah, it just goes in and out here and there, and then it just like poof, just there's loads of track in there. So goodness knows how we're gonna work that into like a 3 feet by 2 feet space. So that's actually how big it is.
Fit in it.
But anyway, I'm not going to be doing any Mid-Soda modeling tonight. I'm sorry, guys, but what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be making some of the buildings that are going to feature in my Farquhar Mark II replica, which is going to be rebuilt at some stage due to like baseboard construction issues not there. So that's what's going to be happening. So over the years I managed to gather up all the building kits and so forth. So for this evening here, I'm going to be working on the goods platform building, which is actually the Dapple X Airfix booking hall from Dapple. So that's what that was used. So once I get it built up there, next week I'm going to be getting my paint out there, so I'm going to start painting on there. So yeah. So yeah, we've got our models, we've got our tools, we got ourselves some beverage.
Oh yes.
Yeah, I've got myself some Pepsi Max. Later on, I'll be.
Oh, company rivalry here.
Hey, isn't a good one.
Well, I hope no.
Yeah. All right. Whatever.
Come on, I converted Ryan. Well, no, he converted himself, but like he chose the right brand. Oh yeah, talking to Ryan, every time I've been in contact, every time I met up with you, Simon, I've got a wee bone to pick with you about something you've kept hidden to yourself for a couple of years.
Yes.
Yes, I think you might know what this is. Something to do with Dartmoor.
Dartmoor?
Yes. See, because some years ago, I posted on Twitter some time ago by somebody. A Thomas fan was talking about the episode Duncan Gets Spooked, and I was saying, "Oh yeah, it's based on a real life incident that Simon Martin went to see. You went to see that there." Ryan jumped on the bandwagon and says, "Oh yeah, here I want to see about getting some notes about that there." And you, Simon, replied by saying, "Yeah, about that." And we're like, "What?"
I am very, very sorry.
Sorry, you had us believing that there was an actual ghost lit, like the episode was based off an actual event.
The worst thing is going back and looking at the posts and looking at the stuff I had, and I'm like, was there alcohol involved?
No. It mentioned you and your mate looking to use the toilet in the middle of the night in the middle of Dartmoor.
Now, that
of all places.
True. And the worst thing about that whole experience was finding out the stuff that wasn't true, which was rather miserable. And we go back and look at it, and I'll when I dig it all out, I'll dig out the newspaper clipping that was the smoking gun, where I looked and went, "Oh shit, sorry, Brian."
Because I thought you said, because I remember in that post as well, you said that your mate had a photograph of the ghost engine.
Yeah,
and I was like, really, this is something I have to
No.
see. So
the whole thing was such a mess up.
I don't think they need 10 years, mate. For 10 years,
10
you
years,
had
I
me
know,
believe
10
in this story.
So
That's actually
anyone
right.
who was misled,
Been lied
I
to.
hereby apologise to the entire fandom for this one thing.
It's just one of these things we can all laugh at, like, you know. But like I do remember, I don't know, it was Ramiro Ryan once said, like, you know, I don't know whether to punch you or to hug you for giving me so much, for making me laugh so hard. I don't know which one it was.
You should definitely punch me at least once for that.
Well, no, I'll let you be. I'll let you be. You've suffered enough. You've been through enough.
To be fair, when you look back at some of the Audrey stuff,
Yeah.
there are times when you go, did this actually happen? And then a photograph turns up. The one that always gets me is we've seen a few different photographs for the Thomas Comes to Breakfast story.
Yeah.
But the one with the Billington, I think it's an E4 or an E something of some form.
Yes, I think it's an E4 because I do have a picture of it crashing through like a yard wall into a street or something.
That one is nuts. It's brilliant. There's
Yeah.
a couple of different angles they had as well. And the old lady looking really grumpy next to the engine.
But there was another one where about an engine crashing into a fish and chip shop. Was that one?
Oh,
Was that
rings.
before a fictional one? I think I don't know.
But to be fair, after what we just discussed, I think you should take everything I say with a pinch of salt from now on.
But yeah, that's probably a good record out there. 10 years. That's awesome. So at least that Ryan's audio adaptation literally, you know, made me get scared of that story even more, because I think during that time I literally just got over it. And then when he said at the start of the other, and based on a real life experience by Simon Martin, I'm like, what?
A part real life experience.
I partly realized. Yeah.
Oh,
I actually used to think as well, like I had this weird theory that the ghost train that Percy's driver mentions have seen on the television, I think that was probably maybe the Arthur Husky version of Arden Ridley's Ghost Train.
I agree with you. It's published not long after, isn't it? So it seems quite likely, doesn't it?
Yeah, because I mean, when did Arnold Ridley's when did the Arthur Husky Ghost Train come out?
Was it early 50s?
Probably. The Ghost Train itself, the story, it's actually meant to set around, I think, a few months after the events of Brownfly Engines, because I think this is also the first time. Because I think we may have mentioned this in Audrey Corner at one stage. Was Tramway Engines takes place, you know, in the past, back when during, you know, as I said, like Brownfly Engines. But it's like similar to, like, you know, Duke the Lost Engine as well. It has like some stories taking place in the past.
I'd never thought of that.
Yeah.
What's the thinking behind that? Why is it just?
I read it somewhere. I don't know if it's in the. I don't know whether it was in the Anda Soda or something. I don't know. I think it said something about it taking place in somewhere. It said that. It said it's based on the events after Brownfly Engines. I must look it up again and see where try to source it out really. But yeah. Anyway, what's the title of the book that the Mid-Soto track plan is in? I think it's called Where to Put Your Layout by Nigel Adams.
Yeah.
So, though funny enough, Luke Ryan, who sometimes comes on Modeller's Corner, he actually knows Nigel. So you might see if we can ask him some more details about that there, which might be of any use. Oh yes, I also think it might also be worth mentioning as well here. Recently, I think starting from tomorrow, the Tallaght Railway are actually holding I think it's like a virtual auction that they're doing.
Oh,
And
nice.
one of the prizes in it there is that you can get a chance to actually operate Revan Orgy's Farquhar layout. And you can, and if the Tallaght Railway is going to let you, like, you can control the original rolling stock there, or if you want, you can bring your own models in and run your models on the layout.
Oh, that's
So
cool.
whoever gets the highest bid on it there, gets that chance. And I think there's like you can get they're allowing a maximum of 8 people to take part in it to be win the prize out there. So I would like to take part, but I don't know. I don't think I would. Don't think I could control my giddiness.
It's a hell of a prize. I tend to think that I'd love to see it go to someone who really, really wants to do it. It's a sort of a nice to have for a lot of people.
Yeah.
Someone who really, really want to do that.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna talk about something modelling very quickly, just to
Go
drift a
ahead.
little bit away from Thomas for a second.
Yep. Always.
Garter blue and the lining out is one of the fiddliest jobs you will ever do as a railway modeller, and I'm making an absolute pig's ear of it this evening.
I've seen there's a layout I saw online. It's a whole it's a traveling layout for shows out there, but it's called I add that. Like it's meant to say like I had that there, but it's like I add that there. But it's a whole Hornby 00 thing.
Yeah.
And there's a couple of videos where they actually show you like how they restored old broken Hornby 00 trains, and what they've done is like how the process of it there is really amazing. And like most of the engines are painted using Halford's car paints.
You're joking.
Yeah. Like so if they find some of the some of them painted with Halford's car paints, but whereas they can give like a top coating of like matte lacquer. But there's one of them I think they did Sir Nigel Gresley, and they did the main guard of blue with I think spray or something like that there. But they had to do like the black smoke box section all by hand. And they did say in the video, like, this is like one of the most trickiest bits to do.
Well, it's funny that, because that's exactly how I do it on these ones. Dominion of Canada, I'll very quickly grab it. So I actually put the transfer on first, and then the black is actually hand painted.
Nice.
It takes about an hour. About half an hour each side, and it is the job I dread doing, and I'm fouling it up quite spectacularly this evening on this one. It's just such a fiddly job, massively fiddly.
There's Timmy Fjords there, who I mentioned is helping him and I got to do Midsummer. He's got a wee question for you, Simon. Is Hornby's Guard of Blue at all accurate? A lot of their liveries look too dull for me.
No. Although, to be fair, it's made and it's a good match within the limitations of the process that they use to paint the models with. So it's as good as you can get from a ready-to-run perspective. But because everything that I do is sort of custom now, I went the extra mile about 6 years ago, and I actually had my own Garter Blue paint made up, of which I'm down to my last few cans. And it's made up specifically to match the real thing as closely as possible. Don't get me wrong, it's not what I would keep on a model anymore, that I would own, but it's as good as you're going to get without doing what I do, which is make my own. basically.
Hmm.
So, short answer, no. Long answer, you're not going to find much better.
Funny enough, I actually found, I think it was my mate Stuart, who when he painted his Thomas and Edward in like a garter blue livery. I actually thought to myself, well, that kind of looks quite good, and I thought it might be quite good for painting my Reverend Audrey replicas. So I painted my Edward in the Hornby garter blue, and I'm surprised actually how very close to the original model it looks like. So it's now making me think that, like, was the original models painted in garter blue?
It would make an awful lot of sense if you just focused on Gordon being a big LNER logo, because it's an LNER colour. But I genuinely don't think Audrey probably thought about it, and he probably had whatever was to hand.
Yeah, that's kind of it. Because I mean, Gordon was made during the time of 8 Famous Engines. I think he was made.
Yeah.
So yeah, he might have just had, like, we'll just use whatever blue that was available. And I think like Humbrol's paints were like the most popular ones at the time, like, so.
Probably something in that. And Humbrol did do a very close garter blue sort of a shade around that time.
Yeah, because I mean,
don't know, that could be a really good shout, Michael, actually.
Yeah, because I mean, because Humbrol changed their colors after something, because it was not like an incident or something that caused them to change everything. I was like, why is that?
Well, quite a lot of the God, I have absolutely fouled that up this evening. Quite a lot of the paints that we even get today change quite rapidly through regulation. So, for example, you're never going to get lead-based paints, for example, anymore. And they were the ones that normally had the best coverage, give you the best color, sort of thing. I might take that off the model and just start again. That is gone dreadfully badly.
I'm just having a look at this picture of this good shit here, and I've just made a wee bit of a discovery, which I didn't know. Apparently, at the back of the booking hall kit, Reverend Audrey actually didn't, he blocked off certain parts of the kit there, and he just put like brick paper on the back.
Oh, so he just kind of
he did his own alteration on it, really. I never knew that.
He was actually, I think, quite an extraordinary and, dare say, prolific modeler.
He is, yeah, he was actually. Because I mean, his father was a great modeler as well, Fear Audrey, because he had a Gauge 1 Garden Railway.
Really? I didn't know.
Yeah,
that.
and then when they were teenagers, Reverend Audrey and his brother George had a Hornby 00 layout, like a Hornby 00 clockwork layout in a garden shed that they bought from a neighbor. Oh, hello.
Yeah.
We've got another contestant here on Modeler's Corner.
Yeah.
It's Tom.
Hello.
Hello.
Hey,
Hey.
Mr. Biddle.
How's everyone doing?
Diddly Widdly, you're back.
Thank you.
He lives.
How you keeping, mate?
Yeah, so I'm late. Just had a really long day, but
Sure. We're in the same
how
boat.
you guys doing?
Yeah, good. Drive myself demented with lining out. God, I might just give up on this. This has gone horrible.
Oh,
Right.
So, how's your week, Tom?
well, it's been okay. I had my first week back at work, and
Oh,
a bit mixed feelings, to be honest, because yeah, it just feels a bit like they're not really sticking to the guidelines.
right.
And that's pretty much how I managed to get the virus in the first place. So it's kind of a bit mixed feelings about that. But apart from that, it's been okay. I've had a lot of support. I've had a lot of people just saying, "Hey, it's good to see you back," and just like maybe taking it well. No, taking it slowly, kind of thing. 'Cause,
Okay.
I mean, it's been alright. I mean, this week I feel a bit like I'm more back to my old self again. I've got some. It doesn't really hit you. It doesn't really. It's only when an infection went away, you kind of realise what the virus has sort of done. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Mm.
Like you kind of notice more the shortness of breath, that sort of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's gone better. I'm a lot better. Anyway, so what are you guys making?
Well, I'm making up some stuff for Farquhar Mark II replica.
Mm-hmm.
Simon's doing some A4 stuff.
Lining.
Simon is trying.
Trying.
Simon is failing.
There is no.
It's not trying. It's not trying.
There is no try. There was only do or don't.
Okay, I'll get on with it.
That's what I did. Ben?
Working on something looks like our scrap heap challenge, basically.
Oh, what a show that
Still damn impressive, like.
Yeah. I'm just trying to think of my desk looks a bit off. No, it looks fine.
So,
Hi, Matt.
If anyone turns around and says it looks like a piece of crap, then the illusion is complete.
I quite like to look at that.
Yeah.
So, what are you going to work on tonight then, Tom?
I was going to try and finish this wagon off. I did some work on it last night.
All right.
And it might not look like much to you, but to me, this is a victory. I've just soldered together my first white metal onto kit.
Oh, fantastic.
White metal on brass.
Is this using that new green flux there?
No, because no, that's for brass. This is for this is actually the stuff. This is actually what I used to solder my coaches together.
Right.
Which I shouldn't have used, but so far nothing bad's happened. I've dropped them twice and then they've not fallen apart or anything. So I guess it's not all that bad.
It's a survival drop test.
So I was using, because what I was using was it was an accidental drop test. I was using 70% low metal solder, and I know, but it seems to work fine. It's not, it's done okay.
Okay.
So I was just trying to finish this basically. It's some really boring stuff, but.
Right. Simon, I got another question here for you, and I don't know how to respond, how you respond to this one though, but here it goes. So it says here, Lucas here has been rewatching the Great Model Railway Challenge. However, he has to ask: in the final episode, they made you out to be the grump of the group. Do you think that was fair?
No. And let's leave it at that.
Yeah.
Oh God, do I talk about this? I think it's been enough time. So we had planned a reunion at Ali Pali this year, and Jenny and Les were going to go on the record to talk about what was going on during the Great Model Railway Challenge. I got some really lovely letters and some really lovely emails from other people who were on the show, including one of the members of Team Gramphone, because what you saw and what actually was going on were almost two completely separate things. I mean, from my point of view, it made good television. It's very easy to be there. You think it's going to go one way, and then suddenly it's a completely different story.
Yeah.
We had a lot of characters in our team, a lot of real characters, myself included, and we were all very passionate about it. But here's the thing: on the last afternoon, we all got together, we all had a drink together, we were all chatting, everyone was quite merry. We were fairly certain that we'd had so many problems with the build that it wasn't going to go our way, and we were just happy we'd got to the final. Am I disappointed with the depiction? Yeah, of course I am. No one wants to see that sort of context for themselves. Did it make good TV? Yes. Had we had 2 previous episodes where we'd all been heroes in our own right in terms of the team and building something really quickly over a 3-day period? Yeah, absolutely. I still wouldn't change the experience of the world. I just wish we'd been able to get round some of the problems in the last challenge. You know, it overtook us.
But then, like, it's just like some of those things, like, you know, with television, like, you know, they always want to like grab something that like, you know, which is just like, you know, it's just a normal everyday like mistake or something. Then they make a big fuss about it.
They encourage it. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Well,
It's like I don't know what people are gonna hate me for saying. It's like TMZ. Like, you ever hear of that program? Oh, they're doing this happened to this celebrity. We think it makes them look like this. And I'm like, no, it doesn't. It's just you're just making that stuff up.
Well, it just happened. Like, one experience I have is actually my aunt and uncle. They were on this show about 15 years ago, which is about I don't know if they still make it. It's where 2 couples who want to go on 2 different holidays go at the same time and they share the experience.
Yeah.
So my one couple would like to go to like was it like Fort Park or something, or like no, not Fort Park. I can't think.
Isn't Fort Park?
Towers. And the other, and my aunt and uncle, they're artists, so they like to go to like galleries and things.
Yeah.
And their show was famous because because the couple throughout the whole show actually got on really well because they didn't listen to the guidelines, like where the producers were trying to push them to like get into rows, get into arguments. Yeah,
we totally should have followed their example.
Yeah.
You
was like,
don't understand what life is like.
Yeah, there's none of that. It was all just like really,
yeah.
You know, they just went on with it. You know, they joked about, you know, they like my, for example, they tried to force my aunt to go on a roller coaster. She didn't fuss. She just got on it, and it was like, well, we still got to air this, and no one's rowing.
Just there, brilliant. I love that.
Yeah.
Well, fair play.
Funny enough, I actually do remember. There's a story I think I don't know if I did mention this before, but I actually did appear on television. I think maybe probably before the millennium. I was only like a small kid at the time there, but I did appear in a video that was on Children in Need, and they had this television crew came down to. I think I was part of this gymnastics group for a while. Like, I used to go every Wednesday evening to this gymnastics group, and they brought this television crew in because they said, like, you know, oh, we're going to film you guys here doing all these gymnastics out there, so it's going to be quite cool. And we got all really excited about this here because, like, you know, yes, we're going to be on TV now. This is going to be awesome. I'm going to be the popular kid in school now. So, so the TV crew came in there. They were there for about I think maybe an hour and a half, just filming, you know, all around us and out there. So that was all good. They filmed us doing these gymnastics out there. And we didn't hear anything back from them there until maybe about 2 or 3 months later. And our gym coach there came in. He had a VHS in his hands. He says, like, you know, hey, they're giving us a preview of what our scenes are going to be like. Oh, great, let's have a look at this. So we're watching it. But something else came up instead. It was basically a whole like documentary about this one person, and she's part of our group there, but the whole documentary was all about her, and we were there as the time lapse. So I was only by the time I was shown on screen, I was only on there, but I just went like blip, and that's me gone. I was like, okay, that's my.
You were being filmed. You didn't actually know. So sorry, you were being filmed. We didn't actually know why they were filming. Just.
We just thought, like, you know, well, maybe this is something Children wanted, like, you know, some gymnastics or something like that. I don't know. I don't know, but like, you know. But then
she's now in Love Island, is she?
I don't know where she is. I mean, we had a reunion thing some time ago, which didn't go according to plan, though. But yeah, everybody's just doing their own thing now, I suppose. Now, I can't remember how this roof went together. I don't know. But yeah, I appeared on Children Need again after that. Again, as another time lapse. But yeah, you don't see me in that final edit. At that time, they cut it out before you even show me. But then, like then Pablo came along, and then now I'm not. I'm hardly off the air.
Just can't get rid of you.
No, they can't get rid of me now.
I think of all the rises to stardom, I have most admired yours. Pablo is brilliant. My cousin's youngest watches it and absolutely loves it, Michael. Absolutely love it.
Well, just say to him, like, Tang, and if you want, I could do a voice message for him.
That yes, thank you.
Ooh.
Yes. What an offer. Ladies and gents, isn't he wonderful?
Yeah.
He is.
It'd be really awkward if Tang's not his favourite character. Sorry. I just had to spoil it, but
I do actually want to chuck something in, because obviously we've had the one of the latest Thomas specials, and I thought it was brilliant. And I've actually got the book in the other room, which is ready to give to one of my relatives.
Yeah.
And I think it's brilliant, Michael. I just wanted to say publicly, well done. It's lovely.
Thank you. Well, I didn't write the book version. Like, I mean, that was done by somebody else. So, but I was surprised, like, it was being made into a book. So.
So it's a transcript of your episode.
Well, it's based off my thing because it says in the cover, it says based off the episode by Michael White.
Gotcha.
So somebody, let me see. I'll get my copy here.
I was thinking, because he's also works as a voice actor, maybe you should try doing your own audiobook for it.
Probably. Laura Jackson was the one who wrote the book version. So, but it does say in the book here, like, based on episode written by Michael White.
Right. Okay. So publicly, I think both the episode and the book are excellent. What's her name? Laura.
Sorry.
What was the author's name? Sorry.
Laura Jackson.
Laura Jackson. Well, she did a damn good job too.
Yeah.
I think I've seen so much weird criticisms from the fandom with regards to the episode and the book. I think if anyone was expecting an RWS book,
well,
you were never going to get.
It did say in the description. It did say in the Amazon thing, picture book, so it would, that would be expected. Because that's what I thought it was going to be as well.
I was kind of I don't know exactly what I thought, but I didn't think if it was going to be a full-on Audrey experience. I thought it was going to be a nice to have.
Yeah, because I haven't written. I signed off that script last year, and I don't know how long they would it takes actually to do those artworks not there, but I mean, I don't know if it would have taken that long really to do. But I don't know. They have loads of other stuff for work in the works as well. So.
Right. Okay, everyone. Right. Let's see if this works. Wrong end.
Famous last words.
What do we reckon?
Well, it gets my vote.
Parabolic, that looks really good.
Definitely, especially that bit at the front slow box, the curvature.
Right. Okay. I'm going to leave that as it is, and I'm going to do the other side now. Right. I think we got it down now. Good.
Right. So these brackets go on next, I think. Yeah.
Right. Question for the people on the live chat. If they're watching and they're listening,
Many of them.
bearing in mind the 75th anniversary, come on, give us an answer. Best episode of all time. There's a can of worms.
It doesn't have to be any of mine, guys. It doesn't have to be any of mine.
Yeah, you can always post your answers in the peer box. So, I'm sorry. Well, I don't know. What do you guys think on the chat?
Ooh.
Which
For
episode
me,
we
it's a toss-up between Edward's Exploit and Ghost Train.
Ooh.
Both season 2. I just love the modelling.
Yes,
Yeah.
I'm on board with season 2 as well. Season 2 is just my just love it.
I'm kind of mixed because I think series 2 did a great job in terms of the modelling, but when it comes to filming, I did think some of it was a bit lazy. But
Well, let me see now. In my views, really, like in terms of like modeling, I would say season 4 wins it because I mean, the scenery is amazing. I love this scenery.
Yeah.
Stories, I would have to say maybe season 2 because they pretty much have the best stories from the Railway series books, including Christopher Audrey's.
Yeah, agree.
Plus, it's also Ringo Starr's last narration thing.
Yeah.
I feel like he was just getting into his stride.
He was, yeah. And it's also because it was also during that time. I think he was recording the stuff for Shinetime Station. Because if you listen to like when he does the US dub for like any season 1 stuff, when he adds in like say instead of saying the Fat Controller or so Topham Hatt, you can tell it was recorded during the same time as season 2 because of the way he narrates it.
I thought he did it in 89, didn't he?
You what?
I thought we did the recordings in 89. Wasn't 89 when the show was brought to America?
Possibly, I don't know. But it just sounds like like it fits in with season 2.
It just sounds a bit to me like they just sort of grabbed him when they could. Right, say this bit quickly. It doesn't match up with
just grabbed him in front of right in the middle of a concert. Here, do this here for a second.
Do the line.
Yeah.
The foolish freight cars did this.
The Topham Hatt was very cross. He's got blisters on his fingers.
His fingers are smudged.
Yeah.
That was always something that used to bother me when I was a kid. Like where in the Sad Story of Henry, you can actually see his fingers are turning blue, but it's actually just a smudge of the ink of the paint coming off.
Okay.
Look at the picture, you'll see.
It was funny. I kind of guessed you were going to say Ghost Story, Si, because I remember how much fun you had making your Ghost episode for the British Railway Story.
No, I will admit that was actually really good. I actually really enjoy how you filmed that.
Do you know what though? It's still all on the same 6x4 baseboard, and you just
that's
I've really got to thank Sean O'Connor for that because some of the ideas he gave me for redressing the set were just genius.
Yeah.
I really did enjoy making that.
I'm sure people were also asking about like the most common question is where did you get the moon?
Gavin,
it was the real moon.
He literally lent me this prop, which he got from America. It's an extraordinary thing, and I've never seen another one like it since. But it's used with Halloween dressing for dioramas, and it literally is such a good bit of kit. And I've never seen another one in another series, sadly.
Well, let me see. Well, I have for my branch line engine thing. I bought this thing online. It's basically for a children's bedroom, and it's a battery powered moon surface, and basically it allows you with remote control you can change it to have like a crescent moon, a half moon, or a full moon, and so forth like that there. And I find it quite interesting. I just find it really good, and it gives a nice glowing moon effect. So I'm just gonna be having hanging it off maybe a post or something, or maybe a girder in the new studio, just on a fishing wire or something. Hold it in place.
Yeah.
Do you think about going back to favorite episodes? I think one of mine, because the thing is, I stopped watching Thomas after like season 4 or 5 when I was little. But from what I can remember, I think Old Iron is definitely a top favorite.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I think it's these episodes like where it involves runaways seem to be the most like.
Yeah, they're the most dramatic.
Because funny enough, I was watching the one episode I've been watching recently a quite a number of times is actually just the runaway. Because
Yeah.
I don't know why. Because I think there's two things I like in that episode. First of all, it's the first time we see Thomas. In my opinion, Thomas actually has like a serious accident. Like he has no driver. He's now a proper runaway. But then you also get this nice the music score for Harold. I just love Harold's theme, like when he's rescuing Thomas, and then when he lands at Hackenbeck Station, which I think it's Hackenbeck, I'm not sure. You just get this all like this big this big finale type music, and Harold's there.
Just a thought, but twice in one season, Thomas is a runaway.
Yes.
Yes.
Thomas comes to breakfast.
Yeah.
Well, that was due to
I
carelessness.
hadn't realised that before. I'd never clocked that.
Yeah, but that was just all due to carelessness. But like, well, first of all, from Cruz. So like,
Well,
the runaway was just due to the works not fixing Thomas's handbrake properly. And then Thomas comes to breakfast. It was just due to the cleaner, mucking about with the controls.
One thing I found a bit weird was why is he scared in both episodes when he was down the mine? When he knocked his driver off his foot plate, he didn't look scared at all. He was just like he was laughing at the whole thing.
Oh, that was because Thomas was just being.
That's because it was intentional, I think.
Oh yeah, but I mean, you think he'd be more like, okay, rather than like.
He'd be a bit more like this, you mean?
Yeah.
Oh, hang on. Wait. There we go.
Yeah.
So startled.
Is that one of Cool Dude's faces?
I'm
Or was that?
not sure. I got it off Shapeways. I got sent a link, and I thought, oh, that'd be quite good for me.
How long ago was it?
Oh, I ordered them like a week or so ago.
Right. Well, there must have been Cool Dudes then, because he's recently put up a lot of stuff there.
Hang on. I'm quite enjoying this. I developed this technique with British Railway stories, but basically it's a little magnet and click.
Oh.
Because I'm not too fussed about the eyes moving, to be honest. It's only ever going to run on my own layout.
Yeah.
Never angry Thomas.
Well, I suppose for the sake of filming, you don't necessarily need them to move if you had like little vinyl stickers or something.
Yeah, because I mean, Kurt over in America, he does like printable vinyl stickers now, specifically for like Bachman eyes and that there. So if you want to position it like in a certain way, like for running shots out there.
Yeah, he made some logo ones.
Yeah.
Right.
If I can't find.
So I have managed to ruin one full set of challenges so far.
Oh,
You what?
I've got through one left and one right side now, and I've got one left side on the loco.
So you haven't got the right side.
Well, I've got one. This is the last one I have, so I better bloody do it, haven't I?
You better.
Don't screw it up. No pressure.
No pressure at all.
you know it is pressure.
You'll be all right. That's what they said on my that's what they said on my honeymoon. Be all right. Oh.
Deary me.
Oh.
Trap messaged me on Twitter a couple of days ago when I was sending out some of the A4 updates.
Yeah.
And he said, "Oh, you make it look so easy." And I didn't say it at the time, but I will say this now publicly. Modelling is 95% pure frustration for me, and 5%, well, hey, it works.
Yeah, 5% satisfaction that it's actually done.
Yeah. This bloody thing, I love it. It's a fantastic model, but that's like 5 weeks on lockdown, and I had to completely respray it when the paint curdled, or I got this spotted effect. So out with the Dettol and completely stripped it back down again. Oh God!
Well, at least I'm not the only one who strips his models with Dettol. Then
I only found this out recently. It's really good.
Yeah, because because like I got it from a YouTuber, a Scottish YouTuber who like restores like old Triang models or some bar stuff there, and he did this one video where he was restoring a Triang Ginty, and he just says oh the best thing I use for stripping the paint off is pure Dettol. So if I like use a full bottle of Dettol just in an ice cream tub in an ice cream tub there, leave it overnight, and then the paint just literally just peels right off.
Yeah. Absolutely spot on. Brilliant.
Yeah, because I actually looked this up there to see, like, is this true? Can this actually work then? And apparently, a lot of Warhammer games people use it.
They do, yeah. Because the problem is if you use anything with acetone in it, anything with acetone is fine on metals, but if you use it on plastic or resin, it'll ruin it.
It heats it up.
But like with Dettol, though, it works on both, really.
I remember once I think I was about 15 or 16 when I found when I was using white spirits to wipe the paint off one of my models. I was thinking I've discovered something really good here, and so I felt the material.
Max's model way SORTS6233. Yes, that's him. It's no wonder I couldn't remember the channel's name because of that long number.
That is that guy.
Yes, that guy.
That's so true, Max. The best part of working on a model is knowing you don't have to touch it again.
Well, I'll have to probably maybe repaint my Repath Thomas at some point because it's already it kind of maybe looks as if it's probably needing a new coat of paint anyway.
What am I looking for? Yes. No. That's not what I'm looking for. People can hear me.
Hey?
Oh, don't you start.
No. We've Tom. We spent the last 15 minutes trying to get ourselves heard.
I've done it.
Have you bowled up?
Oh, hang on. There we go.
Is he?
Almost.
Yeah, he's nearly done it. Like,
Oh,
take a swig of your drink, mate. You deserve it. Take a drink, mate. You need it.
And now you can breathe.
And breathe.
that was genuinely tense. I was like, don't muck this up. Don't muck this up. Don't muck
I
this
thought
up.
you were about to say that was genuinely terrifying.
Oh. The easy bit is the painting of the black bits.
Yeah.
By far. Oh. Right. What did we do? We did favourite episode. Least favourite episode.
Middle Engine.
Oh, which one?
Middle Engine from Series 6. To be honest, that one had left no impact on me at all whatsoever. I mean, yeah, the coal vent, the Percy on the coal hopper bit, that was a little interesting, I suppose, but that was pretty much it, really. The rest, I was like, nah, didn't do anything for me.
For me, it was from that series. It's got to be the Garden Gnomes one. That was just. I just kept thinking, what the hell was that?
What were they thinking?
Yeah, exactly.
Naughty gnomes.
I don't know.
It's still better than that bloody tree tunnel.
The what? Which one?
Right.
Oh, don't mention that. I mean, we actually did joke about one time about maybe bringing those guys back, but like we just like no, that's just suicide. that's just like giving the series a cyanide pill.
Don't do it.
No, we won't. No, which
one's that? Sorry,
that's just so we say, like, yep, it's not there. It's okay. It never happened.
Miss the Island Rescue, Tom.
Not until we met Boko.
Oh, that trash pile.
They fooled us with that Pirates of the Caribbean theme. But actually, I saw a fan actually dub that. Actually, the opening titles of Misty Island with Pirates of the Caribbean. It actually does fit.
Oh, did you watch that song I sent you? What's the song? Did you hear that song I sent you?
I think I I'm gonna go around to this hearing it, mate.
Quiet Triple Eight was a song, but it was about Billy. It's called Buck Teeth.
Oh, that one. Yes, I remember now. Yeah.
Buck Teeth. Yeah. It's funny.
The one song I actually had like stuck in my head for a while was this is gonna make me sound really old now, but Roland Rapp's Rat Rapping. Have you ever heard of that tune?
Roland Raps. Rap. No.
It's so basically it's like he starts off the song saying, like, let's do some real rap rapping. What are you talking about, Roland? Scratch here. What, like records? No, fleas. First you find a flea, properly under the arm, and chase it around your shoulder blade and scratch. That's the chorus of the song. It's basically just saying the word scratch. Yeah, that's it. that's the chorus. And then like the rest of the song is basically like Roland having an argument with his number one fan.
I've not seen that one.
Look it up there. It's actually great. It's not that bad actually, because it used to be on the channel, the digital channel Pop, and because they had a section where it'd be like a children's like an MTV type thing, and they would give it like all these like songs from like the 90s and even the 80s. Funny enough, so you would have like the music video from Disney's Aladdin, Whole New World. You would have the Wombles, the Wombling song.
Yeah.
You would have the Smurfs, and then you would have like some of the old random ones, like the cartoons. Do you remember them from the 90s? The group, the music group, the cartoons.
I don't remember that one.
Don't ring a bell, that one.
Do you mean the that PSA? Was it? No. I'm going off topic. Sorry. Was it Cartoon All Stars, where like all the cartoons trying to stop this kid from doing drugs?
Oh, I heard about that one.
I watched it. It's alright. It's funny. But... No, recently I got into. I feel kind of like the dad trying to get in with the kids sort of thing. I've joined TikTok.
Oh,
yeah. And I'm not gonna lie, I've become obsessed with it. Like I can't stop. But I'm not going to stop watching it.
It can be the next TikTok sensation.
Yeah. Yeah, Modeller's Corner on TikTok.
Can you imagine?
I know.
No, thank you.
Everyone just like.
I think I did say at one stage, like, what if we actually had, like, why don't we have your own fan art of Modeller's Corner? It just shows like hands on screen on the page saying, guess whose hands are these? My mate Casey Jr. here has got a question for all of us here. Favorite train-based film?
Titfield Thunderbolt.
Yeah, I was.
Yeah, the few I've seen, it's got to be that.
Yeah, Titfield Thunderbolt is probably like the obvious one now. But were there any other ones? What could be like our second one?
Mr. Porter.
Which one?
Mr. Porter.
Oh, Mr. Porter. Will Hay.
That's a good one.
That's a good one.
I really like Unstoppable.
Yes, because I remember me and some friends actually watching that in York one time. We actually did enjoy that. We actually thought this is like a really good suspenseful runaway train chase. Because it's based on a real life incident, really.
Yeah, I think it was 777 in the film.
Yeah,
something ridiculous, like it was quadruple 8 or something in real life. I can't remember. Someone wiki it. But there were lots of like deviations from real life. But I thought it was a film. What a spectacle! Oh, and those American diesels. Oh, I love it.
The one thing that made me laugh in the film, like it made me actually hate the guy who starts the runaway. The sheer incompetence, because it just shows how much he doesn't care about the train and just runs away. Like he's meant to chase out. He's meant to chase after the train. This is him running. This is him running after a runaway train filled with explosives.
Oh my god!
That's it.
Well,
this is him chasing the train. I'm like, at least put some effort into bouncing.
I think this is the first time we've seen legs on the corner.
Oh yeah, first time you get to see my legs. Yeah.
The first time we've seen legs on Modeller's Corner.
Oh dear, we might have put an age rate.
Let's never do it again.
We never spoke of it again.
supposed to be hands and hands and.
God, I've later model of Connie. You mad?
Duly noted.
So I'm just varnishing the transfers because this is my next stage before putting the black on. You varnish the transfers on just to seal them, which I do using Pledge floor acrylic varnish.
Well, funny enough, what I actually did before, I think this was like maybe from the permanent waveforms. I got this method from you, which was using the Games Workshop gloss varnish that they use.
Yes, which I used to absolutely adore and use religiously, but then they changed the formula, and it's not quite what it used to be.
Well, I still use it to this day, like, to get gloss effects out there, and then just top it up with like the matte coat.
That's interesting. I'll have to have another go there. I had a pot where nothing I did seemed to go right. I'll give it another go.
All right. Do you remember? This is me going way back now. Like, do you remember when you bought that Bachmann digital set with the? I don't know if it was a digital set or something, but it came with the saddle tank and the Classo 4 based
diesel. Yeah.
Yeah, you made the diesel shunter look like a Wisbech tram. And
I did. I really enjoyed that.
And you painted the wash stripes upside the wrong way up.
I did, yeah. I was so annoyed with myself when I realised. I have no idea what was going through. Again, another one of those moments where alcohol must have been involved. They were going. Which way up was it, Michael? I think the chevrons were going that way, or it was that way, and I had it.
It was going that way. That's where it was. Like, so. Somebody on the forum pointed out to you, say, "Yeah, should it not be the right way up, the other way up there?" Because I mean, I've never seen them go down that way.
And then you go, but that's the thing. I went and looked at the photographs, and I was like,
How did you get it?
God damn it.
Modelling mistakes. So I think that one is right up there with my modelling mistakes. But one that haunts me even to this day as a modelling mistake was I made a model of Mallard in the Garter Blue British Railways, and I read the RCTS book. And the RCTS book, my copy, had a printing error. So it should have read E22, but it was 60022. And I made it. I put the number plate on the front, and I put 60022 on the cab sides. I was so pleased with it. And then it turns out it never, ever had that in Garter Blue. It was always E22 post-war. Which, happily, I've repainted that model, and it's got the correct numbers on the side, and everything is happy. But that one has sat on the internet for years, even after I deleted all the photographs off the blog. And people still suddenly, you see the picture reappear. It's like, no, it's not. It's wrong. I'm sorry. So to all the railway modelers out there, I'm sorry for that awful error. There we go. I'm doing a lot of apologising.
Yeah, I think we're sort of like add a second title to this. Like, first, like the first one was, "Can you hear me now?" And it just says like, Simon apologizes for everything.
Yeah, to be fair though, that's.
I apologise for. I will not apologise for art.
No.
Anyone who's out there who's ever watched Llamas with Hats will understand.
Oh, Llamas! Oh, I remember that. Oh,
I think it's the second episode. They're in a lifeboat, and why is the lifeboat sticky? It just gets worse and worse and worse. Film Cow, I think, was the YouTube channel. Oh dear.
But we were different people back then. We've matured over time.
It was making stuff, though, wasn't it? It was self-made YouTubers. And we don't really have that anymore.
Yeah. I mean, the other day, like, I tried to do another miniature railway audiobook, but that just didn't have the enthusiasm in me anymore, which is now considerably worrying now because because I've been writing the stories like for 10 years now.
Mm.
And I've only gone this
I
far.
think you get fatigue from it, Michael. Though I think you genuinely do get fatigue from YouTube.
Yeah, because like when I started off, like I think I just wanted to try and create something that wasn't like we didn't want anything that had anything to do with like the engines being the centered characters. I just thought like well, what about the crew? The crew have got loads of stories to tell. It's not just the engine that do this. Yeah, the crew have to go for all hell to try and get this thing to move. So, what's their background? So I just created this funny. Well, at first, it was meant to be. I think at the start of it, it was meant to be all serious in it, but somehow it ended up being like the Goon Show. Best way I can describe it, really, because it's when like all these random nonsense bits, and then come episode 2, we started to get a bit more serious into the whole writing stages, and yeah, I think then after 2013, I think that's where we just started to get off. We started to go on to what we were originally destined to do, but I don't know, it just stopped for a while.
Yeah, there's no real like problem with like taking a break from something like that. Like, I mean,
well, I don't know. I mean, I think it's because the real life Military Railway is being under threat of being closed down. I think that's just it's kind of put me off now.
That's so sad, Michael. It really
is. But I mean, like the person who wants to close down, the most stupidest reasons to close it down. Oh, it doesn't fit the theme of the museum, which is transport. What? They're actually taking away that.
Bloody does.
I know. I mean, they're actually taking away a working example of what they have in the museum, and the public love it. Every year, we get loads of passengers coming down. I don't know.
It's one thing that I find.
It's very sad.
It's one thing that, for example, with mine, the club I go to, because they do 7.25 5 inch, they always find that because during Christmas time, the parents spend so much money on Christmas, they haven't got anywhere, they can't really afford to go anywhere. And so they can just go across the road and just have a few hours on the train, a few train rides. So it is, it might be seen as a minority interest. It's like, the public still love it. And it's always amazing how many people you see come to it.
Yeah.
So, it's probably the same for you, I guess, especially on like events.
Yeah, because I mean, the museum gave us until August to get everything packed up there, but like, because now the lockdown's happening, we don't know. Like, will they give us extra time? Like, they have to. They must at least like give us a chance to get everything packed up and out there.
I mean, they should be. There's a minimum requirement for anyone who has to move. You should get time.
Plus, I have to get my agent out of there as well.
There's saying we need like £300,000 to get back up again once the lockdown's finished. So
yeah,
that's quite worrying.
All right.
I'm a bit annoyed. I'll be right back.
All right.
Move. I'm joking, sorry.
World Nations. Yes, it is the Model Engineer Society one. Yes, they're being under threat of being closed down. But yeah, we're trying to see if we can get the public to help us out. So
like tell us how it's not. Anyway, sorry.
Anyway, we had another question there for that we had first a minute ago. Where was it now? Right, what's your least favorite railway series story?
God, there's a question. I was about to be really unkind and say anything by Christopher Audrey, but there are actually some really nice ones.
Yeah, there is some nice ones that he's done there.
I'm not a massive fan of Audrey stories nowadays. I find they're nice, but that's the thing. They're nice. They're not really they're not really pushing the boat trying to get a new story. It always seems to end the same way. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I hated the start of the last book. I absolutely hated the idea that Gordon was suddenly redundant.
Yeah.
Felt very un-Audrey-like. As much as I love Pip and Emma, great addition to the whole Audrey lore. It kind of, I don't know, it turned the Fat Controllers Railway from being a working steam railway to being a working railway.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Yeah, I can appreciate that. I feel a bit like. I mean, if it was to sort of represent preservation in a way, it kind of works now because a lot of the one HSTs are now kind of now being done away with. So and they're trying to. I think they're trying to preserve some now, aren't they?
Because I always considered Christopher Rogers' book was just more or less like Thomas and Friend, like the Railway series dealing with the modern days, really now. Because like with high speed trains and a lot there, what's there? But in fact, even in the Railway series, they even acknowledge the TV series as well. When Thomas is like, why do they want me in York? They've never seen me before. And they're like, oh yeah, they have seen you on television. So like they've acknowledged that in the book. So that's.
Well, the thing is, I feel a bit like it worked better during the time of change, before the preservation started and everything started up, because it feels like now we've kind of seen most of the locomotives restored. It just feels like there's not really a lot you can do now, because apart from Tornado being built, that's not really massive. There's not really a lot out there about things now.
Yeah.
But about steam engines in general.
Well, yeah, because unless like that was it Newstead, unless one just appears out of nowhere, there's not really anything new at the moment.
Imagine it'd be interesting to have like privately owned engines to be brought over, like Teddy Boston's engine Teddy. That'd be interesting, like, or that story of that one engine that that appeared. I'm trying to think which engine it was now. Was it a Hodswell Clark engine? It was found somewhere. I'm trying to remember the name of that story of that. Yeah, it was found some years ago. I think probably in 2008 or something, in a barn or an old shed.
Oh, the one that that rings a bell. Was in East Anglia, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh God, what's the name?
Was the Hunter, was it? The Austerity?
No. It was an industrial saddle tank thing.
Yes, that's the one. Yeah.
All right.
Oh God, what's its name?
Folks in the chat there, if you can
Someone in the
remember what the
chat
engine
will help
called,
us.
give us a shout. I don't think I need that there. I'll keep that in my parts box. Hey, it's in.
Question for Simon from Max. Do you still have that Bachmann ON 30 mogul?
Yes.
Is that how you pronounce it?
But it's underneath a part-built Malta Railway Bay of Peacock body shell, because the long-term in the background project was I was making Birkirkara Station on the Malta Railway with a couple of Malta Railway locos and rolling stock. So the chassis still exists, but it's under a new body shell.
Right, I'm trying to work this out now. I'm doing this good shed building using whatever photographs I actually have of the original thing. But the one issue I have is that there's no pictures I have of this building from the front view, like from this point. I only have pictures of it from the back, so I don't know how we can do that. Hang on a sec here. Oh, got a message from someone here. Give me a second.
Right. Okay.
Tom, I just got your message there from the group chat there. Are you going to let me in yet?
Yeah. Wondering when you're
I
going
haven't seen that. I clicked off that there, so I wouldn't have seen it. Like,
I was like, right, press enter show. It's been a long time.
No, you're not allowed on. Go away.
Ring, ring, hello. Ring, ring, hello.
Hey.
Yeah.
Could somebody open the door? I'd like to speak, please. Hello.
Can you hear me?
Do you hear that? Can you hear me now?
Oh, you've seen Charlie Unicorn. That's what... Hello. Hello. I can't do the voice.
I love Charlie
My voice can
Unicorn.
come back yet.
Right. Hey, we got another question here. What's our favorite model to have worked on?
Oh god.
Favorite model.
Right. I'll go down and get my favorite one.
You know what? I'll do the same. I'll go and grab my one.
Oh god, that is a long list for me.
I can't believe I've seen legs again.
How dare!
Yeah, not supposed to happen. Should be PG. It's the number one rule being a newsroom. You can't show leg.
Can't show leg.
There's a whole list of different titles that we can call this stream here. So it's either can you hear me now, Simon apologizes, and you can't show legs.
Yeah, no leg.
No leg.
Right. So obviously you've seen this model. Everyone's seen this model many times. Yeah, but this is my ultimate favorite. There, it's the Repaf Thomas there because first of all, it's the one model I never thought I'd be able to get hold of, which is the original Stuart Repaf body, despite the funnel being from an old Clockwork Thomas, because it didn't come with a funnel. Because the funnel it had before was basically the head of a screw, like an actual screw head was actually plonked on and used for the chimney. I thought, no, it needs a proper one. So I found this, it matched, so I thought I'd get that there. But I just loved it. I just love this model, really. And Gavin did a fantastic work of making this 3D printed chassis for me. And it's probably like one of the most reliable models I've actually had working on my layout.
Oh,
so, but yeah, as you can see here, there's a few paint chips out there because it's been like, crane shunted a lot during exhibitions out there. So, probably, I don't know. I'll give it till its next. I'll give it another exhibition, maybe 1 or 2 exhibition shows if the lockdown's over. And I'll give it a repaint, but it'll have the same livery though.
Lovely.
So
right, my one.
Ah.
Yeah. That way around. Nope, that way around. There we go.
Yes. Oh, I remember reading the posts on this. Yeah, I love that.
3D printed.
Oh wow.
J70. It's on just the standard Hornby chassis. And it was just such an enjoyable kit. Went together really easily. It looks the part. It runs well. I really, really enjoyed it. And you know what? It won me an award with Erith Model Railway.
Nice.
Bloody hell.
I was really, really surprised. I'd happily build another one of these and not buy the model rail model as good as it is. It's just a very enjoyable kit.
I actually contacted 2A Rail who designed that there. I actually said to him, like, can you do one without the coupling on the cow catcher? So if you want to have one with the proper screw link coupling on it there, you can go for that one.
Yeah, I might do that.
Because I've got one. I've actually got one of those for. It's going to be used to be playing Toby in my Branch Lounges adaptation. Because
well, funny you should say that. Look at the number.
Oh, is that Toby's number?
It is Toby's wartime number.
Oh, that's brilliant.
Because everything I have is LNER.
Yeah.
And mostly wartime. So I thought, well, why not? Are you
going to see about getting the? Do you remember I sent you the link for the coaches?
Yes.
you can get one of those there. You can do it. You can have a nice wee wispy.
Next page.
Yeah, just buy it. Like, buy it.
Simon, spend money.
Yeah.
God, I've spent a lot of money recently. Myself. Yeah.
Just you.
Can I show you?
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh no, show yours. Sorry.
Oh, sorry, Karen. I didn't mean to interrupt you.
No, it's all right.
I've got to get it. Well, I just thought. Oh, sorry. You carry on. I've got to go. I've got to go get it.
No. You carry on. My thing is interminably boring, like most of my stuff. Don't worry.
Well,
I like.
are you?
I like.
While Tom's getting himself ready, I've got one of my favourites. I've not do a damn thing with this model, but it was left to me by my grandfather. It's an old Kitmaster Loco.
Oh, wow.
Look at that.
This is apart from the little chimney cover that I made.
That's nice.
Because it is a dummy Loco.
Yeah.
This was one of the models that he left me after he died.
Oh,
Beautiful.
funny enough,
And
I've actually got my
nicknamed it Old Dusty.
That's really lovely.
See, because my grandfather left me this before he died as well. Because he used to do person out there. He originally was going to make this as a radio controlled tugboat, but this is as far as he got with it there. And he used it as a kitchen display thing. He just put it on the mantelpiece in the kitchen. And every time I came around his house, I loved seeing this. I absolutely loved seeing this. In fact, I love the way he's even like for the railings for the lifeboats out there. It's actually made from. I think it's from actual like triangle Hornby rails.
All right.
Code 100 rails. I thought that was pretty cool. So he's all bended there. But anyway, when he came over to stay with us, a year before he died, because he was moving in with us, they had the best accommodations out there. He brought the boat with me. He brought the boat with him, and he brought the original plans for it. And he says, like, if you want to finish it, it's there. Like, because I know you've liked this here, and. Because he was suffering from Alzheimer's, he just says like, I want you to have this here in case I forget.
Wow.
In case I forget all about it. Literally, it really moved me. Like so, he said to me like, he says, are you gonna finish it? And I says, to be honest, I love it the way it is. Really, you've done more than enough to it. So it just wouldn't seem right for me to complete it.
Yeah. Well,
if at any point, Michael, you feel like you want to do the radio control, let me know, and I'll give you a hand if you need it.
That's kind of like. I think I'll just leave it as a wee display thing, really, because it has a lot more. It has a lot of sentimental value to me there.
Yeah, I was given something actually. What's that? Oh shit! Right. Everything falling apart. Like my love life.
Oh.
That's a nice lump of wood.
Yeah, it's not. It's fine. What's going on?
Don't worry. Nothing, Tom. Nothing.
Got it right. Yeah, I think I showed this on the stream before, but I used to have a neighbour who was an N-gauge modeler.
Yeah.
And before he died, he left me some of these. Well, no. Well, they're in a bin. They're broken ones. We let me have them anyway.
Oh, wow.
His wife was from Germany, and I think he spent a lot of time stationed over there during the war. So he would basically a lot of his model railway was literally just a massive.
Oh, how lovely!
Let's go track of all
Is that a tank engine, Tom?
That is, yep.
Beautiful. Look at that. Is it a 2.8 or a 2.10?
Yeah, 2.84.
Beautiful.
Can't we see? I've got two more here as well. I think because we were talking about this last year. This might have been the Marklin model they used to make Thomas with.
Might have been.
Oh, yeah.
They were talking about cutting the chassis up.
Yeah, because I think for a while, like people used to think it was the BR80.
Yeah.
Hmm.
And this is, I guess, the Pacific equivalent. And it's also tender driven.
All right. It's got a good valve gear arrangement.
Yeah, I learned a lot. Well, it's weird. I kind of went before I joined the forums. I kind of went through a phase where I wasn't actually. We kind of lost contact a little bit, but he told me a lot of things about modelling. Like he said, when you look at things to model, don't just really look at it. Really observe and then just take in what you see and then replicate it as best you can.
That's a really good bit of advice there. Always check the photographs.
Yes.
Case in point. Always check the photographs.
Well,
Yeah. I've got that many photographs of Farquhar Mark II. I've got but there's some shots I still haven't got photos of, and I have to try and see if I get some at some point.
And this is the one I finished last year on the stream.
Oh, lovely.
So okay.
Oh yes, yeah, I remember that.
Oh, very nice.
These coaches done in a sort of Thomas style because they were originally going to be my sort of an enclaver, but after thinking about it for a year, I decided that actually, I kind of want. I'd like to be. These are actually 5 compartment with. And I've also put the ends on the wrong way around, so I'm thinking about doing them again, really. So I've decided those coach kits I was working on before, what I was going to use to make the old coaches, I'm going to just make another set of these.
It's really lovely, Tom.
Thank you. I think they're my best models because I'm yet to make a working Steam logo right now, but I think.
What do you mean, live Steam or just a Steam model?
Or just a model that actually moves when I turn the control on. So.
Oh, right, okay.
But no, I mean, I've had these. I've been to an exhibition. I've had them on the track and everything by another and they seem to work fine. So
that's wonderful.
Yeah.
That's what you want. It's that sort of project that gives you the confidence to move on to other stuff.
Yeah,
something achievable, and then you work on something a bit bigger, something a bit more complicated. Or in this case, for Nickety. God almighty. What do we reckon, Pete? Is that better?
Yeah, that's spot on.
I thought so.
From my point of view.
Yeah, can't see anything wrong with that.
Thank you. I'll take that.
Good, isn't it?
It's good, isn't it?
It's good.
I miss Gavin. Oh dear, I must get back in contact with him and go for a beer.
Yeah.
Yeah, trying to get arrested while you're doing that, but.
Well, yes.
Well, actually, no. Sorry. If you find an open pub, let us know.
Yeah, no, that's a good.
I think we all want to go.
Yeah.
We should try and organise a sort of a little meet-up and just
Yeah, because I love going to the Tugs meetups because I absolutely that's my only way of actually. This is going to make me sound really sad here, but it's it's the only time where I actually get the chance to meet my proper friends, my true friends. Barring KCG because he's one of the only friends I have over here. But yeah, every time I go over, it's the best experience I have in my life. Because I can get to hang out with people and talk about stuff without getting embarrassed.
Yeah.
No, I get that. I think the Tugs exhibit has been a really wonderful thing for the overall kind of, I call it the David Mitton fandom.
Yeah.
And right in the beginning, there were many decisions I disagreed with at the time that I now look at in hindsight. And I really should have got behind because actually it was the right thing to do. Because more than anything, the Tugs might belong to the trust, but they do, in a spiritual sense, kind of belong to everyone. But it's all part of our childhoods. So whatever may be alleged against the Tugs Trust, and quite a lot of it is crap, frankly. But whatever else may be alleged against them, they did the right thing in putting on an exhibition and trying to get them across the country and seen by many, many people. And, I think it's very easy to come along and criticise. It's very, very easy to say you can do something better, not knowing the full situation, what's going on behind the scenes, And I actually think Sam and Sean and Ryan and Doug and Chris and Green and your good self, Mr. Hall. I think everyone did an amazing job, frankly.
Thank you.
I still are doing an amazing job,
Yeah, because when I go down there, I often pop in to see Ben and to see how, because I think I'd say Ben and Sean are the ones who who do the work of getting the tugs all nice and presentable, and plus I'm sure you guys must have went through hell trying to work exactly what parts were needed to get these models to work or to make them look how they are on TV.
Oh God, yeah, especially poor Lily, because the motor that turns the reflective plate for the light, there was just no life in it. It was completely gone. So we had to refit it with a brand new one. Which is a shame, really, because we want to keep them as original as we possibly can.
Yeah.
But these were disposable items. In fairness, they were built to do a really specific job for one season, and if they got a second one, they might have been used again. Yeah. But they were always considered a consumable in the context of making a television show. And when
it's much like any other prop, isn't it?
Yeah, it's not all props all last forever. If you look at the Cosgrove Hall stuff, they were made using latex and latex ages after many years and it crumbles away, it deteriorates. It's but when they did the Cosgrove Hall archives stuff like that, there you can actually see some of the puppets are starting to deteriorate, but that's just due to the age, really, just of the way the material that they used to make it back then. So
we were very lucky to get them at all. The fact that they existed and were available for purchase was nothing short of extraordinary. And I don't think many people realise. And just throwing it out there. So, for example, there was a lot of guff about the 10-cent space being damaged, but on the show there was likely to have been several more of that particular casting, and we actually know that the mould still existed, and several have been cast since. So that was always a consumable that would have been replaced.
Yeah, I was there when it happened.
But it's just because of that one there was actually one that was used on the show. It's just that it had a lot of sentimental values, and just to have that one little chip of the nose.
Yeah,
I
agree.
I will just say I was there on the day it happened. I'm not going to mention names, but the person responsible was very deeply gutted when it happened, and
accidents happen.
Yeah,
that's the thing. Accidents happen. A nice thing was tried to be done for a fan, and the whole group within Tugs. Whenever damage happens, everyone is always upset about it. But
when I saw that for the first time, I was like, "Oh, are you kidding me? No, please, no!" I felt so horrible.
I was initially a bit gutted because I had 10 cents in my loft for 2 years. But him being in the loft for 2 years, he never got seen. I took a few photographs and some scale stuff, and he never got seen. No other fans saw him. So what good did that do anyone? Actually being on the exhibit, being displayed, is a wonderful thing. People got to relive bits of their childhood.
Yeah.
The only problem I have with it is, obviously there's no, obviously accidents do happen, but it's the fact that they're moved about quite a bit, and it's that sense of it might be better off now, because in the beginning it was fun just to have them going to more than one place, but it might be now time to think about more of a permanent.
Yeah, I think the Buckley exhibition, I think that's now they were saying it's just going to be the permanent setup knife because I think because the way they are, I think it's just the worrying of transporting from one place to another. They're still even though Ben and Sean have done as much as great work as they possibly could, like there is still parts of there that could still like come loose and get even in the boxes and when they're all securely strapped in.
It doesn't. Yeah, exactly. It doesn't matter what It doesn't matter how careful you are. Things do chip. Things do break. Just I've just broken something trying to get a box out. Like.
Well, another thing I would say as well is this was most apparent when when was it? August last year when I was doing the finishing repairs on Lily. There's a lot of damp damage on those models from God knows how many years and wherever they had been in storage previously to them being bought.
Yeah.
Well, they would have just put in the box as they finished filming.
Sorry?
They would have just been put in the box as soon as they finished filming. That's what.
Yeah.
Would have given them a wipe down, just like.
Well, the problem is that I think with the paint, at least, a lot of that is actually stained from however they've been stored previously.
Right.
So that is going to be a hell of a job to try and sort of get back to how it used to be.
You'll never get to that stage, and I don't think anyone would even try. I saw Lily when we first picked her up, and it was on the basis of how bad she was that we had more money cut off the actual amount that we paid for the job lots. This is for a book. This is for like another time, another interview, But I don't think people really realise how bad the tugs were when we first picked them up, and the fact that they survived at all was just remarkable.
I think that's partly a testament as to how well they were built as well.
Oh God, yeah, absolutely. But properly built to last, and a really lovely thing at that. No one's denying that. But there's an extraordinary amount of bile and anger and fairly vicious stuff that gets written on the internet. And I feel like we're talking about events that happened 7-8 years ago. God, we all would have changed things if we thought, oh, that's going to happen or this is going to happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes I actually wish this is going to make me sound silly. I'm going to sound silly here, but I actually wish the internet actually went back to when it used to be in book form. Because one of my university teachers, he actually said to me, he says, I've actually got for you guys the original form of the internet, and he just brings out this giant book and he says, "Yep, this is the internet before the computer came around." And I'm like, "Wow!" And he says, "Yes, it's because everything in it there shows you how to build a garden, shed, shows you all this stuff there." And I think he did say this. He says, "And yes, before anybody asks, there is an X-rated there is a section for the dirty stuff for you dirty devils like that, but it's only one page, so unfortunately in this edition it's been ripped out."
I thought you were doing an IT crowd joke then.
A what?
This gen is the internet.
Oh, right.
Yeah. So back to the back to the previous subject. Like, I mean, I do have a bit mixed thoughts about the whole transport thing, but I don't regret, the times that we've obviously been up to help out on the events. I've helped out with the Mariah show on the on Bustley. I've helped out with the Brighton show. I've enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Because obviously, like you say, it's like you get, it's not just working. You're also working with your friends too. It's like, and not just that, you're doing it in a way that actually you kind of. It's so. I remember when I first saw the pictures of everyone, like with Ryan and you, Simon, and Benjamin, with the models, kept thinking, wait, what the hell? Like, they're my friends, and you bought the models. I was like, what?
I just want to throw it out there because I don't think he ever gets enough credit for this. But if Ryan hadn't taken on the financial burden of buying them in the first place, whatever I did in terms of negotiating the sale of the tugs would have been for naught, because none of us really, aside from Ryan, had the capital to buy them. And I can guarantee you they would have disappeared into a private collection because that was the other alternative. And you would never have seen them again.
Or God forbid that they didn't get sold and went in the skip.
Well, they came from a skip, is my opinion.
Yeah, but that's kind of where all the like props and stuff often go to, like at the very end of it all. Because I mean, I've seen like when they finished filming Red Dwarf some time ago, and what the Red Dwarf series 10 thing, all the set dressings and all that there, all just was all like thrown into the skip afterwards after they all finished it.
I'm actually thinking, why do people not think before they actually throw things away like this? Like, this is actually a popular show. You know, you could actually make something of this, and
that's the problem, though. Is it might be worth money to someone, but it's trying to find that someone.
Right.
It's like there's half a dozen Daleks thrown into ponds throughout the country.
Yeah, I read this one article.
I
read this one article where a guy, this pond clearing people there, they were busy like clearing this pond, and this guy found this weird obstruction. He's like, what the hell is this here? He runs his rod or something out there, and he pulls it up here, and this Dalek's head comes up, and he's like, oh! That's like the last thing you want to see come out of an old abandoned pond. You just see this giant Dalek appear, like, oh no!
My nightmares were real.
It's the Dalek invasion of Earth all over again. In fact, I actually still believe, like, from a child's age, I actually still believe that in about 40 years' time, we're going to be at war against Mars due to a misunderstanding.
Right, hang on. We're talking about Daleks. Let me show you.
He's got one in the house.
Oh dear.
Hang on. Very dark house. Right. Okay. Right. I'd like you to meet Derek.
If he has a full-size Dalek, I swear to God.
No.
He has a full-size Dalek.
No.
What the hell?
Is that a screen use one?
Where'd you get that from? Scar, I suppose.
Oh, his audio's gone.
Your audio's.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
There you go.
You covered the microphone.
Right, okay. Derek was in Remembrance of the Daleks, was the first one, but his second TV appearance was Top Gear.
Right.
Oh no.
All right.
That one, yeah.
And hang on, I'll do a shot here. So there we go. There he is there. Hang on. Basically, I was at home, had come home from school early. I was sat in the house. I was just having a drink, and there was a doorbell ring. I went to the door. It's my dad, and he went, "Okay, I need you to help me with something really quick. And we have to do it before your mother arrives." I was like, "Okay, what?" And I look out, and I can see what is now my car, the old red Volvo Estate, and sticking out the back of the boot, no word of a lie, is this gun. This one. And this very nearly caused a divorce. Genuinely, very nearly caused a divorce.
Wow.
Because she came in and the Dalek was in the hall, fully made up, and she was like, "What is that?
What the hell is that?"
Shall I show you how it works?
Aye, go ahead, please. Do show us.
Right. So basically, they made the Daleks in 3 pieces.
Yeah.
So you have this head bit and this middle bit.
I'll put you on full screen here because I want everybody to see this.
Right. So I don't know how much you can see, but it lifts off with Velcro.
Oh, it's Velcro.
This bit is separate, and this bit is one bit on casters. This runs on casters on the top, and if you look here, you can see a little sort of a stick.
Yeah, they used to call that with, yeah.
These are car indicators.
Wow.
This is made not of whisks, but of something probably very similar. Here is the plunger.
An actual.
Yeah.
This is actually I'm quite proud of. So all the balls on here, Derek was missing about half of them, and I cast most of these and repainted them and added them.
Wow.
Right.
So
Okay.
there you go. A little bit for everyone. Meet Derek the Dalek.
I just love. I'm just reading for the chat here. Two-Faced Dog Productions actually quoted what I said earlier on there. Like, just as you going up there, if he has a full-size dog, I swear to God, he has a full-size dog.
I'll tell you what. The first year we owned it,
I swear to God, Simon, you're definitely giving us a whole load of surprises now. Like, the first of these here was the Duncan gets spooked joke and that there, and now you have a full size dog. Like, I'm like, what the hell? What else have you got up your sleeves?
Oh, next thing you know, he's going to say he's found Top Hat.
Yeah, he's going to say that. Yeah.
No one is ever going to find Top Hat. I think he's properly lost.
Sadly,
look at that.
Willamations here saying, I'm sorry to inform you, Simon, that several Whovians are inevitably heading up towards your current location to rob you of your dog.
You might want to get the gun, Simon.
Ben literally said, next thing you're going to say is he's found Top Hat. Then I just look at your screen. I'm just like,
well, yeah, I thought we're talking about Tugs, so you know what? Let's everyone have a look at him.
I love this.
Oh, lovely.
It's my boy.
It's that boy.
Case in point, there's the replica cast face, and it is indiscernible from the original.
So if anyone wants to, let me remove that. If anyone wants to have a look,
I'll tell you
the
what.
eye mechanism is a copy of the original.
Oh, Ben, you've done a great job there.
He has. He's done wonders. Like
that is actually spot on. Goodness.
Yeah, because I've actually worked on the original 10 cents. I had to dismantle the eye mechanism to clean it.
And you think about it, it's also been in Simon's attic for 2 years. So, anyone.
Well, be fair. He has got a 15. He has got a 57XX children's ride thing to talk to during that time.
I do. And Nigel Mansell's Ford Mondeo bonnet somewhere, but
I still say, Sammy, you must convert that into a drinks cabinet.
I think it's such a good idea. It has to happen at some point.
It has to happen, definitely.
Has to happen. Oh dear.
Right. Somebody actually asked us here. Like, it's gonna be a bit of a controversial question here for all of us here. But what's our favorite Doctor?
I wouldn't know because I've not watched it.
Right.
For me, it's going to be
Tom out.
For me, it has to be either a tie with Tom Baker, Paul McCann, and David Tennant. Oh, David Tennant and Peter Capaldi. They're my favorites.
Capaldi's my favorite.
Capaldi's my least favorite.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, dear.
Is he? Oh,
By a long way. Yeah. He was brilliant in the thick of it, and I loved him in the thick of it. And I felt I just never wanted him as the Doctor, and I also think he was maybe let down a bit by the scripts. But I loved Eccleston. Eccleston's
quite good. Yeah, I'll give him. He's my second favorite. Second favorites.
He was, I mean, he's the one that set the whole thing off, and it's kind of sad because he kind of knew from the before he did the job that he knew he was going to be leaving anyway. So he kickstarted it, and obviously.
But what about we mustn't forget the great John Hurd, because I mean I liked his Doctor. He was quite good because he's very sympathetic.
The War Doctor was an absolutely extraordinary bit of TV. It really was.
It was. Plus, it's also I actually love it that at long last we actually get to see the Time War.
Yes.
In all its horrific glory, and I was like, wow, he must have really suffered during all that time.
So I changed the subject. I remember what was quite funny was I watched this Colin Baker interview. No, this Comic-Con he was at, I think.
Yeah.
And he hadn't seen, because apparently they sort of cut him out of the Doctor Who because of like disputes and everything with the crew and everything, and he didn't actually know how he was regenerated, because I think he fell off an exercise bike. Well, basically, because he left the show, they had to kill him off so he became Sylvester McCoy. So what they did was they made it look like he fell off an exercise bike.
I don't think it was because I mean,
And he had no idea. So
Big Finish Audio Productions actually did an audio thing where his doctor actually does regenerate.
Oh, he regenerates, but what they did was they got someone else to stand in for Colin.
Well, no, well that was I think that was they actually had like yeah.
I think
that was actually like when they showed it being happening, it was actually Sylvester wearing the wig. Then it was Sylvester McCoy wearing a curly wig, and then when it does the regeneration, they got somebody in to go in, take the wig off, and then just poof, there he is, new face.
I feel like Luke Ryan's still here, so just, you could explain this, but yeah. Well, basically, I think it was for years. Colin Baker had no clue, and a fan told him that literally on the Comic-Con.
All right.
Yeah. I don't know.
Right. I think that is me done. I'm calling it a day on the W1. I've just hand painted this ridiculous bit of black all the way along the loco. God almighty.
Wow.
I'll tell you what, now that I see it like mostly done, I'm pretty happy with it. The colours come out lovely. Oh dear.
It's always when you're the detail bits, isn't it?
It's when you sit back and you can see it's a reasonable job. It'll be a good layout, loco.
Yeah. Talking about layouts, how's your one coming? How is your layout coming along now?
Ganic is working. I've got it all wired up. I'm quite enjoying it. It takes a while to kind of get all the sections in where it is in my room at the moment. But no, it's really good fun. I've started to stick down the track permanently and started ballasting.
What ballast are you using?
Gauge Master.
Ah, good choice.
It's just at the level that you see it at, it really doesn't matter. The more important thing for me was the shape of the actual permanent way. It's the actual shoulders it was sat on. So hopefully, when it's done, it will look like a bit of the East Coast main line. But yeah, no, it's enjoyable, really enjoyable. Cool. Thoroughly recommend Tim Horn baseboards for anyone watching.
Yep, will do. Is it just all gonna be like open country, or are you gonna have like a station?
So open country in the centre sections, and
okay.
I wasn't going to put any scenery on the curved bits, but I've decided I'm going to put some little bits on. So a signal box is going to go on one of the curved bits, and some ballast and a bit of grass, and on the other one I thought I'd put some buildings, make it look like sort of northwest London, coming out of Gasworks Tunnel.
Yeah. Awesome.
As you do. Right. Gentlemen, it has been such a pleasure, as always.
It's been a pleasure having you on here, Sam.
I'd love to come back again.
We'll definitely arrange it.
Yeah. I'll talk to you.
So, everyone on the live chat, hope it's been good fun. Take care.
All right, no worries. All the best,
Take
Simon.
care, Simon.
See you
Take care. Bye.
Bye.
Bye, Simon.
And he's gone.
And he's gone.
And he's gone. Now, and then there were three. And we lost.
Sorry? One thing I wanted to say though is that where I've worked on like repairing the tugs, I've been able to find out what like detailed model boat parts match for 10 cents.
Oh yeah.
Because we all know that like the detail parts are model boat pieces. So like there we've got the matching searchlight.
Yeah.
Portholes. Because 10 cents actually has two different sizes, so that was fun trying to find the matching ones.
It's like me trying to find the original models and trying to learn of like how.
Yeah. Well, it's like when people try and make like the early versions of the Thomas models, trying to track down the matching Marklin loco must be a nightmare.
Yeah, because I mean, which one? I'm trying to remember which model of Rev Nodry's thing that I had most trouble trying to find. Yeah, I think it was when I was doing Far Cry Mark 1, like the replica. I was trying to find what make the backgrounds were, and I was trying to think, like, who did these backdrops? Were they hand painted or were they doing this here? And then I think in the end, I just went with built easy ones, because I mean he used it for Mark 2, so I thought there might be just, since it's like it was used for a later Far Cry thing, it might be easy just to plug them on. So I got those. I put those backdrops on, and I did a blog on web about this here, and somebody got back to me and he says, "Oh yeah, the backdrops were made by Basiloke," and I'm like, "Why didn't you do that from the very start?" Go fucking down. And I thought to myself, like, where am I going to get some Basiloke backdrops? And I looked on eBay, and somebody says, "Oh, I'm making these reproduction ones." I'm like, I would have done that from the very start.
God damn it!
God damn it all! Right. Let's see. Oh, hello. Max's Model Railways. You want Casey Jr. on? What do you say, guys? Should we get one more on?
So you gonna model anything?
He says he's got a dapple pug he wants to make up. So, I mean,
yeah, he said the magic words, dapple pug. Let him on.
Okay.
I like pugs.
We'll see what the chat is. Folks in the chat, would you like my old friend and YouTube partner, Casey Jr.? Do you want him to buy on the stream? Got a vote from Max saying yep. I'm sure Casey's probably ready to go now.
he's at the other end of the stream.
Why is he not getting me on the stream? Okay, I'll get him on. Hang on a sec. Right, I'm sending you the link now. Let's hope to God his webcam's on. Right, let's see. Where is he now?
Oops. Sorry for the noise, guys. What I'm doing basically is I'm drilling out the I can't think of where it is now. The bearings in the axle boxes. Because the idea is that the wheel can fit in between the holes.
Mm-hmm.
But in this case, for these white metal castings, the bearing is actually inside within the mold. So I'm having to drill the holes bigger. Because what I normally do is I get some brass W irons and just stick brass bearings on.
Yeah.
But in this case, it's part of the white metal casting, so I'm just drilling it this way. Praying I don't drill my finger.
Max says, "Good thing I mentioned the mid-solo track plan, or it could have been like those back scenes." Yes, definitely. Actually, was it actually you that sent me that on Twitter? I can't remember.
I don't know. Did he?
Somebody mentioned it, sent it to me on Twitter. I don't know if it was you or not. I hadn't had a chance to look into the profile. Right, I've sent Casey Jr. the link, so he should be on here any minute. So, let's hope his microphone doesn't go all chipmunk, because sometimes when I do go of him, it actually goes very chipmunky. But I don't know. Right, just an update here on this one here. I'm going to leave the windows out until I get this building painted up here, but that's pretty much the goods office building, sorted out now. I'm going to stay true to Rev Nodry's original model, so I'm going to cut out the window sills of these ones here and this back section here, and then I'm going to try and cover that with like card brick paper or something. Just try and see if I can match one up similar to the ones used on the original models. So we'll see how we go from there. So I'll just get the.
I'd love it if this ghost was constantly like just looking over your shoulder, be like, no.
No, that's wrong.
No, wrong.
Don't be that Ritual Croft. Do it right.
Right, here we go. Here he is. Here's Casey Jr. Right, ready? Brace yourself, guys. Here's my old friend Casey Jr. Hello, Chris. How are you?
Hi.
Hi, Chris.
Oh, you shoot your head again.
I'm
Nice to meet you.
very new to all this technology.
Well,
Hmm.
it's something you have to do.
Hello. Hello.
Hello.
How you doing? I've been watching your videos for years. When you're making them.
So, Chris, what are you going to be working on for Modeller's Corner?
Well, I haven't actually got anything with me yet, but I've got the Dartmoor Pug kit to build at some point.
But not with you.
So you just wanted to come on here and just talk then? You're not going
You don't have to with you.
Well, someone asked me to come on, so
you have to have something to work on.
It's not too late to come.
That's not how the stream works, mate.
well, I have got something else here.
Oh, okay. So maybe help yet.
E-type Jag.
Ah, okay.
So
That's what Max is saying there. No modeling. Next.
Away with you.
Away with you, son modeler. So yeah. Anyway, I've just like I said there, just finished off like with that building thing. So once I get the painting work all done, I'll add on the windows, doors, and stuff like after that. Then I also want to show you guys how that. You're right, Chris.
don't mind me.
Okay.
Just
What we do.
trying to set up the camera.
Just recombobulating.
Right, I just want to show you guys. Yeah, like last week when I was doing the painting on this station building of the remake of Far Aquarion Station, I made up my own like wash mix. So that's now all dried up here. So it's actually turned out a lot better than I actually thought it would. Actually.
I remember that. Yeah.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that looks really nice.
Yeah. So I've ordered off now some Humbrol slate grey paint. So that'll arrive next week here. So I can get the rest of that, the roof and all sorted out now, and get the last final touches and all sorted out on that there. So, but yeah, I'm really pleased like how that's turned out.
No, you should be pleased with it.
Yeah, I mean, it was a nightmare to build anyway. I can tell you that. I had to buy 2 Dapple church kits there to make that. I'll put that in there. Right, so so how you been, Chris? What's been happening?
Not too bad. Not a lot's been happening because there's this virus stopping us from doing stuff.
Well, yeah, there's that.
The thing that shall not be named.
Yeah.
Just do what everyone else is doing, just not listening.
Yeah.
Because of that,
As long as we all stay alert.
well, because of that, I got it in the first place. So,
Right, I think my instructions are upstairs, so I'll be back in a second.
Well, he's had 3 already.
Right.
That's 5 seconds he's had now.
Max's Model Railway, show off the pug. Yes, show us the pug.
Show off the pug. Show off the pug, not the jag. Don't you know the pugs are the thing now?
This is supposed to be serious modelling.
Yeah. Right, so for the next Far Aquarion Mark II build here, building build, I've got you got a choice of either some trackside accessories or the crossing. There is a signal box in here somewhere and a water tower, but that's going to be saved for another time. It takes a lot of thinking to try and work out how to do it. So, folks in the chat, what do you want to go for? This one or this one?
That one.
Or that one.
Now, Andy, you can only have one. Yeah, I want that one. Right.
I vote the crossing.
Okay, we got one vote for the crossing.
Don't like it.
Don't like
Don't like it.
An Ellen White pug
Joseph,
car.
Joseph in the middle and 4F there. It's like I just love his one comment there. Casey promised us making that he was going to make a Ellen White pug, and then he ends up changing it for a car.
I can't even promise you the car at the moment. I can't find the instructions for it.
No, we're not going to get any. We're not going to get anything.
It's the car that runs the bug over.
Well, I was put on the spot, so
It's a quick, fun hole to build.
You said you want to be on the thing. You have to be ready. I mean, before we start these streams, we have like half an hour to get ourselves to make sure we're fully ready to get started.
And even then, it doesn't always work.
No.
this is true.
When we start off, like it took us 15 minutes to try and hear ourselves.
Professionals.
What?
Who needs instructions anyway?
Well, I do.
I do sometimes.
I don't know. Instructions to life would be handy.
It's kind of similar to like how your man Emmett in the Lego Movie. Emmett has just like his own instructions to like everyday life. It's like so.
Yeah.
Buy a coffee. Okay.
It's early days for him. It is.
Lego Movie.
Hey.
Someone said it's early days for me. It is. This is why I hate technology.
You still rely on a computer.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right. Well, I'll start cutting out things anyway.
Okay. You know,
Cut things out and hope for the
this is actually Casey's first appearance on like a YouTube video since the 10-year anniversary video back in 2017.
Yes.
So again, is what Casey doing similar to what you did before? Like, did you do a whole stream where you're just cutting bits out of a bit and not doing anything?
Well, are you reciting the times I'm building the Will's Craftsman kits, where I spent the entire stream cutting out all the pieces, and by the time the stream's over, I'm just about to start putting nothing together.
Why would someone want to watch that?
That's like the young ones. It's like they knew. It's like I don't know what happened. I was like, I was unpacking my pencil case, and the guy said, "Stop writing, please."
Right, Max has asked for the modelers showcase. Sorry, guys, we'll move this. I can't do this showcase this week. I'm sorry, guys, but we'll do it next week. I promise you'll do this next week.
And I promise I'll be ready next time.
You better be.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah, that's sarcasm.
Say it like you mean it.
Oh, you've got to love Father Ted.
I'm sorry, Master.
I hear you're racist now, Father.
I mean, I would like to do it maybe at certain times of day, but the farm gets in the way at certain times.
I'm a happy camper.
Thank.
Drink.
Right. Okay. So.
Okay.
So the guys in the chat have voted for the level crossing, so I'm going to do that, even though I've already opened the kit for the line side of sessions. But never mind. Right.
You have to do what they tell you.
I know, because if I don't do that, I'll lose their trust.
Yes, exactly. This is democracy, you know.
You betrayed their trust.
Yeah. We trusted you, Mike. You wrote good Thomas stories. We trust you would write good stuff for this series. Oh dear.
can't win them all.
Instead, what do you do to make a princess white?
To be honest, that wasn't actually my choice, really. Just to be honest, so I didn't know. I can't remember what if I did give her a livery. I really don't know.
Yeah, what was the point of it? Why not just paint the maroon?
Yay?
Was it because she would have matched the coaches, or
I don't know. I suppose. I can't remember. I have to source out the script or something.
Right, I've got some good news. I found the instructions.
Okay, what's the bad news? They're the wrong ones.
No, these are the right ones.
The bad news is those are the instructions for the pug.
Why does this thing have a chimney?
Oh, English instructions ruined. Must read French instructions. Le grill. What the hell is that?
It's an E-type pug.
Oh dear.
I promise you it will be the pug next week.
It better be. Otherwise, I'm kicking you off. Right, hear that, guys, in the chat. Next week it'll be the pug. This week it's a jaguar.
no?
Yo.
See, can you imagine that if it was an E-type pug, it would be like the what is it? The Hornby Smokey Joe loco that just takes off.
You know what? That reminds me, Chris. Do you remember this? Now, back in many years ago, you and me actually had an argument on the school bus about whether the cat.
Yes, I know it exists.
Yeah, because I said to you on the bus, I said to you on the school bus, yeah, these things exist. And you're like, no, they don't. They're just freelance design. I said, no, they actually do exist in real life. No, they don't. That's something that Hornby came up with. I was like, no, they actually do exist. And I says, I got photographic proof here of one. He's like, no. He says, no, you don't. And I was like, right. Tomorrow morning, I'm going to bring my magazine that does have the proof. And I show it to him. And he looks at me and he's like, I says, there's photographic proof that a Caledonian pug in that style exists. He takes one look at it and he says, it's photoshopped.
It's fake news.
Oh, yes, it's fake news.
Oh, don't mention him. No, this is the good White House. This is the one that this is the White House channel that you can trust.
Yeah, this is the White House we actually like.
Yeah.
And the other thing I discovered is that the North British Railways had an identical type of tank engine.
All right.
Right.
As well as the Caledonian, so trivia.
Sorry, I'm just looking for this photograph here of the level crossing section of the Farquhar Bridge.
I was going to say you're going to bring up the Caledonian pug. Don't.
No.
You've made your point.
Yes, we've made a point now. Okay, so let's just drop it.
Made a point. Michael was right.
Yes.
Only sometimes is he. That one time he was.
When? Go on. Think of the time. What time was I right?
Well, you were right that time.
Yeah, well, there was more than one.
Yes, there was 2 times.
Okay, Puffer wasn't a complete waste of money. You asked for it. No.
Of course I asked for it because our chairman said, like, well, that was the website I had to go to if I wanted to get started with getting a basic loco, and Puffer was one of the engines I liked.
If you brought Puffer to my club, they would have smashed it.
Oh!
Because it's not real. Not really.
Actually, funny enough, there was a time when we were at Drum Away's club there. We came to one of the sessions there where there was a radio crew there. They were there, I think, for a couple of days, and they were packing up their stuff to go. And I brought Puffer out on the line just to do a test run of the line to see like everything's okay. And one of the radio guys came, saw the engine. He races over to me, and he just goes like, is that a London, Brighton, and South Coast Railway E2? And I was like, well, it's literally.
Did he say it in such an American accent?
Well, yeah, okay. If you want to be technical about it, yeah. But anyway, he says it, and I says, well, it's livery to look like one, but it's actually 40. And he's like, either way, I still like it.
You should be proud of that wee engine.
Of course, I'm proud of it. Like, I mean,
Yeah.
it's the only engine I have.
I've got 3.
You've got 4 steam engines, Chris. Don't forget wee Aver.
Oh, you have the traction engine.
Yeah, your other pride and joy.
Lady Grange.
She's in bits.
Yeah, she's getting repainted.
Oh, I got you.
Because it looked too much like Thomas the Tank Engine.
Well, it didn't really.
And doing it up to look like a Great Northern engine. Great Northern Ireland.
Oh, fair enough.
To be honest, I am gonna miss the blue and yellow and red stripes.
I'm not. It's not about what you want.
Yes, it is.
Right.
I have this.
So,
it's in the other folder. That's
When you
right.
think about it, you could do like I say, where maybe if Lady Grange is painted like Thomas, Michael could have your picture taken with Thomas. Right.
The funny enough, though, we did actually have a member at our club. In fact, there's a couple of members at our club actually had 5-inch scale engines made to look like Thomas.
there's one who has Thomas and Percy.
Yeah, I actually love that. I actually love those ones. I've got photographs of them somewhere. But there was one of them. He made one, and he asked me to make the face for it. So I gave him a list of faces, references from the original books. And I says, choose any one you want, and he picks the one of Thomas doing that little wink he does when he's about to
Oh God!
And that's what he uses.
Don't let children see that.
But he uses that face, and for a while it was all good then until somebody nicked it. a young member nicked it for their engine, and so he tried to find a replacement face. So he actually took a marzipan face from a child's kick and used that for the face for a while, which I thought was the most weirdest thing you could ever put on a 5-inch engine, a marzipan face.
The engine technically had 2 chimneys.
Yeah.
Technically.
Yeah, but that was because the other Thomas face he put on it there was actually from a child's bike, which it had an extra chimney on it. Right. Okay. I found the photograph I was looking for the whole time now. So let's get started on this.
You can actually make something now.
Yeah, I can actually start making something.
Oh, and there you were giving off that I wasn't modelling.
Well, I had to have reference material to actually work off.
Right. Okay, interesting.
There we go. We found another name for the stream now.
What?
Well, first name of the stream was "Can you hear me now?" Second Simon apologizes for everything. What was the third one?
Legs.
No legs. Yeah, no.
What?
Don't show legs. Then the final one was nothing to model.
Well, technically, I did have something to model. I just didn't have it to hand.
Yeah, but like you still promised you were going to make it.
And it's not even the model I promised. I am a very bad friend.
Yes.
I don't know, friends, I guess, but
what about those promises?
Disappointed.
Joseph the Middle Engine, do you have anything against Americans? Nope. I have nothing against them at all whatsoever.
loads.
What? Why did we say something about Americans?
I hope to God not. I hope we didn't.
You said something about the accent? The guy talking American accent?
Oh, right.
Oh, no, that wasn't. I didn't.
That wasn't meant to be anything offensive.
Well, Chris said it was American, so I didn't intend it. It wasn't never intended to be one. Like, so I apologize.
I'm so hurt.
Right. Oh, he was talking to Matt. Okay, that's fine.
Oh. Disregard everything we said then.
Okay, we'll get it then.
Yeah, should we delete the stream and try again?
Yeah, we'll end it here and then we'll start again. Hello, welcome back to Model's Corner.
And I'll go at the start. Don't want to restart now.
We were promised.
Hello, welcome back to Model's Corner. I can't hear you. Oh, for God's sake.
That's going to be next week, so it is.
Yeah.
But no joking, half the time I call up Michael about anything, I end up sounding like a chipmunk.
Well, that's only
Don't know why.
That's only on Skype, really, mate. That's only on Skype, not on like Messenger and stuff like that. There.
Nice. I'm hoping that's going to do something.
So what have you been doing this week?
Well,
Enough of me, what about you?
Well, I've moved into a new place now. I'm now living here in the office.
Is May asleep?
Actually, where is May, actually?
Where is my dog? Don't misplace my dog.
She doesn't have to live with him. He's all on his own.
Whoa!
Sorry.
That's what May would be like.
I'm so lonely.
And so, back by popular demand. Hey! Back by popular demand, Miss May.
Hey, get in here.
Hey!
Hey!
Back.
Doggy!
Doggy.
Doggo.
Hello.
Oh.
You want to wave to the chat? Wave to the chat. Wait.
Hello, Mary.
Wave to the chat. Wave to the chat. Yay, there you go. Oh man, that
Well
was
done,
right
mate.
on camera. I'm so sorry. Oh man.
Well, there goes Michael's chances of having kids.
Well. Oh, okay. That's fine.
Michael White.
Oh. That really hurts.
Oh. No, I thought you really enjoyed it.
Oh man, I didn't want that to happen.
Now we've got another name for the stream, In the Plums.
Oh man.
Bullseye.
You're all right though.
Yeah, I'm fine.
Right. Go back to your bed, dog.
You don't believe it, are you? No, it's just paint. The dream is dead. Teacher, come on, mate. Come on. Here's a hug.
Always forgive
Kiss and make up.
Go. Kiss. Oh, yeah, there we go. She's a good kiss. Oh, there you go. Look how small. Look how small she is. Like, you know, if I hold her, like, that's her like fully grown. That's her just.
There you go.
Michael, she has nothing on my dogs for size.
Well, that's because you have teacup terriers.
They are so cute.
I know, but so is a border collie. Look at her. Look at her.
Yeah, she's much bigger than a Yorkie.
I know, but she's more playful, aren't you? Yeah.
I can vouch for that. She's hyper.
Yeah, she's
I've met her and she is hyper.
Okay, I think I've done it.
Right. You see Max is saying there. First the knife, now this. Yeah.
What, this knife or a different knife?
No, it's on a different stream.
Oh.
It's all good entertainment.
That's perfect. Hit entertainment.
This This could be
That was
slightly
a really
problematic.
nice thing. Great.
Who's using the Dremel?
Me. What I'm doing is I'm drilling out the holes in this in these axle boxes. And it's working.
Hang on.
I can't believe that happened live on camera. I'm going to regret this now. I'm going to not forget that. Please, folks in the chat, please forget that. But then again, it's the internet, they never do forget.
You've said that now, no one will.
I know.
Mike, you're the dog's bollocks, mate. Honestly.
Talking around to that one now.
Guys, please, if you know how to make memes, make gifs and things,
Don't! Please, don't!
You know how to make gifs, working gifs, please.
Like, Tommy, I mean, seriously, don't. Don't encourage them.
You've done worse on the string, come on.
Has he?
Like what?
We have. Okay.
Oh, well.
Oh, okay.
I swear we have.
Right, so that was my fault for bringing her in.
Yeah. But so it's Casey's problem there, like, so, okay, so he's the one you blame.
All this started when I came on. I don't understand it.
Yes.
But don't blame me, I blame you. I love Road to El Dorado. It's such an underrated film.
Which one was it?
Early DreamWorks, The Road to El Dorado.
Oh yes, I remember that. Yes, that's good. That's
Absolute classic, that film.
I know. I mean, back then, children's. I was gonna say, well, children's dream girl back in childhood, there was always April O'Neil. Like, some people used to like Jasmine from Disney's Aladdin, and people loved Shell from Road to El Dorado. Max, can we have a Modelist Corner best of compilation? Yes, actually, if somebody would love to do that, that'd be worth. That would be time.
The first bit will be you getting hit in the nuts by a dog.
Oh shit!
And that was number one.
That was not.
Or will that be the end?
Get that all out. Get that out of the way.
Yeah.
I was actually thinking it would be actually worth starting off like where it just has Tom to say, like, well, where's that gobshite gone now? I haven't turned up yet.
How did that gobshite get on the television?
That was Chris's first comment when he saw me on Pablo.
Well, he sees the world.
You know I would never say such a thing about you.
You would though, wouldn't you?
Yes.
See?
To be fair, he sees the world in different ways.
This is very true.
See what you did there, mate.
Yeah.
It just shows you what a dedicated viewer is like.
I wouldn't know what that's like. Hey, Michael, that squashed orc, I've finished it now. Want to have a look?
Oh. And if you only have one day left of retirement.
Yeah.
Well, I will say this. Oh yeah.
I actually put the letter F on it, saying he dropped an F bomb.
But no, I was asking the question about the best train-based film earlier.
Oh yeah.
I will say Titfield Thunderbolt, but one that I do want to see is The Train.
Yeah.
I was about to watch that actually earlier today on Amazon Prime. It's not. It was for a time available, like free to watch on Prime, but it was then changed to be like it turned out it was just like a preview rent thing.
Oh,
But still, it was worth watching. I actually do feel interested in watching it. Like,
I mean, it's just the whole story of artwork getting stolen, and these railway employees are just trying to sabotage this train.
it kind of reminds me in a way of Allo Allo in a way, because most of it all involves of like
The French Resistance.
well, yeah, the French Resistance, but also the stealing of the famous artwork. The fallen Madonna with the big boobies. But I actually did hear somebody, like some aristocrat, actually wanted.
Sorry,
What was that?
I keep drilling my hand.
Oh, for God's sakes!
What?
You meant to drill the piece, the thingy.
What did you do, Tom?
Oh, right.
Drilled his hand.
I thought I drilled my hand. I drilled my finger. I'm fine.
You're not bleeding, are you, mate?
No. It's fine. I just scraped my finger now.
I was going to make a joke there, but that would have been offensive to Tom.
You can say it, don't worry.
Oh, he is bleeding ugly.
Yeah.
My mum said I'm handsome. What do I score you now, Chris?
You can say whatever you like about me. I don't care. Michael does all the time.
Well, I have to tell you, it's the only pleasure in life I have.
Right, so I've got the back axle for my Jag built up.
It's still not a pug though, Chris.
I know, but that'll be next week.
All right.
I promise. And if it's not a pug next week, I'll give you permission to just throw me off the stream.
Okay, you all heard that, folks.
Yep, witness.
Yep, we got 2 witnesses here, and we got 10 people watching us.
Only 10?
You mean 3 witnesses?
Well, there was 22 when Simon was on, but then they just left.
You see, it's because I came on.
Nah.
Right, so what do I do with this back axle now? Apart from put it in the car.
I
think that's pretty much what I have to do now.
I'm trying to think, there was another train film I actually wanted to see again.
Train with a fence?
Maybe, but not that one.
Starlight Express?
Nah, that's musical.
Oh.
You'd like to watch something that's good.
So that's good. Magic Railroad.
Oh, thanks.
Actually, to be honest, Christine Green found something that's actually worse than Magic Railroad.
Train Quest.
Yes.
I started watching that and for some reason didn't finish it. I really want to watch the rest of that.
Is it really bad?
I've only seen the beginning bit. It's weird. It's like he works in a model shop and he watched these girls go by or something like that. I need to.
What?
Yeah.
Is he a pervert?
Possibly.
I don't know. He's only seen the beginning of it, Chris. Give him a chance.
Oh well.
Don't worry. If Christine Green does a gauge the issue of it there, then we'll be in for like an insight as to what it's all about.
To be quite honest, I'd like him to do a gauge of the issue on the Thompson engines.
I suppose.
The Thompson Pacifics.
Yeah.
Well, we'll see.
Because they are an underrated engine. And I think Simon Martin will tell you that.
Well, he did do. I think I did hear Simon do like a.
He did a podcast with Train Mania.
Yeah.
On the Thompson Pacifics. And just on Thompson in general.
Right. Let's see now. We'll give it another 15 minutes and then we'll end the stream then.
Oh, ow.
Because it's already like 5 minutes past 10 now.
Oh, is it?
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's what I feel. We've got.
Time flies when you're having fun.
I'm not
Not
having
me.
fun. I'm having a horrible time.
Can't please some people.
I know.
He never pleases me.
Yeah. I'm not supposed to.
I was talking about Michael.
Yeah, I mean, I got him a whole load of traction engine stuff related stuff for his birthday and Christmas time, and he's just like, and each one of them goes into the attic.
That's because that's where all the model stuff is.
I know, but like, how long it took me
I love that. Like, it's like, oh, he's so, these small train people are so weird. I buy them all this train stuff and he just puts them in the attic.
True
That's
story.
what it is.
That is a true story.
That's where the layout is.
Sure, what about that fella on James May's Top Toys who collected model trains but never ran them?
Yeah, but he was a different collector.
And then James May buys a train at auction and he just throws the box away.
Well, I bet that made a few people cringe.
Really? Yeah, but the thing is, for TV, how do you know they didn't bring the box back afterwards? How do you know they didn't fish the box back out after that scene?
Well, we don't know.
Well, I could ask him though, but he just say like, well, I can't remember. It was that long ago.
Well, it was 12, 13 years ago, maybe.
Yeah. Mind you, I did actually speak to James May on Twitter one time. Just briefly.
Did he just say, "Oh cock"?
No. But,
Oh, cock.
no, but he did. But
No, but Michael has no cock now.
Okay.
Thanks to May.
Okay, seriously, okay, no, seriously, Chris, now, come on, drop it now.
Right, I'll not bring it up again. No, but you were saying you were talking to him.
Right.
You were talking to him, weren't you?
Yes, I was talking. Yes, I was talking to him there, and I was asking him about. He was doing. It was shortly after he did the Christmas reassembler, and he was putting the. He was gauging. Was he gauging the wheels? He was quartering the wheels. Yes, that's what he was doing. He was quartering the wheels on his Flying Scotsman.
Very important.
Yes, and I actually asked him. I just briefly asked him where did he get the quartering jig from? Because I was thinking about maybe getting one. To which point he then responded saying, "I can't remember. I got it somewhere, but I think it's German." And that's all he said. And I thought, fair dues.
That's more than he ever said to me. So,
Well, what did he say? What did you ask him? What?
I've never asked him anything.
Well,
so that would be why.
well.
I almost got Ricky Gervais was like one of my tweets.
All right.
It was basically a picture of there's this historic channel I follow which shows old like television or movie photographs from behind the scenes and things. But it was a picture of Rory Davis as a baby being held by Carrie Fisher.
I thought you were going to say they were being held hostage for some reason.
Well, no, I was actually going to wrote down little does little Rory know that in 20 years' time Ricky Gervais is going to fit him in a frog suit. And he liked it.
So other celebrities that any of us have met, I've met Guy Martin.
I've met David Walliams, Jessica Rainey, Chuckle Vision.
Chuckle Vision?
Yeah.
Chuckle Brothers.
Yeah. But back in 2002, I also met David McGee.
I've met Michael. He's a celebrity now.
Well,
yeah.
Well, as Chris Egan Green said, like at the last Tugs event, he works on Thomas. He doesn't count.
Oh,
Ooh.
It's okay, Michael. You count to us.
Thank you.
Off the rest.
No,
think
you and Chrissy can agree, we're good mates.
What do you think?
I've also met Christopher Audrey, but then who hasn't?
I've seen Christopher
I
Audrey.
haven't.
I've seen him, but I'd love to get him to sign one of my boxes. I keep my models in, but you don't know when he's going to next turn up, you know.
Well, I don't know.
I think he's 80 now, isn't he?
I don't know. Well, I know he's now in retirement, like now. So I think he's just like, you know, his days now doing book signing and stuff like that is now finished.
Oh.
Well, that's fair enough. He's getting on.
I've just sorry guys, just want to show you. I've actually if you can I spoil the screen for a second?
Yeah, hold on.
All that draper drilling has paid off. Look,
Hey,
It rolls.
it rolls.
It wakes.
It's a Rolls Royce.
Yes. Oh yeah.
even though there's a beetle on it.
See what?
That's not a Beetle. What is it?
I don't know. It's a red car.
It's a red car. Non-descriptive car.
Is it an Austin?
Unfortunately, I'm not really knowledgeable on cars. That's where my knowledge exceeds.
Yeah, I mean, like the only car I like is the well, I have a mixture of like different cars I quite like. I mean, I like the
You like the Morse Cali, don't you?
yeah, I like the Morris Cali because I love the sound the engine makes, and then I like the Rolls Royce Ghost. I like that. And of course, you know who doesn't love the Mini Coopers? I love Mini Coopers.
I don't.
The old ones. I detest the new ones.
Yeah, but the originals are still good.
Yeah, the originals. The new ones are not minis.
No,
They're huge. And German.
I'm part German. So
That sounded wrong. That sounded wrong.
Chris, come on.
just bear in mind, I'm part German myself. So.
Are you?
Well,
Yeah, one of my relatives is German, so.
Yes.
shame.
No, but the only German connection they have is that they're made by BMW now.
Just BMW. Oh yeah.
Who also own Rolls Royce.
Well, my dad used to own a BMW, so ha. And he used to own a Jaguar.
Right, that's.
Going back to sort of meeting sort of celebrities and that, I think it probably would count in the Tug circle, but I've met Chris Tulloch at least once.
Yeah, that was that back in 2018.
It was, yeah. He came to.
I missed him. I actually didn't get a chance to see him there because I was in Swanwick.
Oh no!
I'll tell you who I'll tell you who I did meet. Apparently, Dick Strawbridge.
Oh yeah, Dick Strawbridge.
He was at the National Railway Museum when I saw him.
All right.
He was doing one of the guided tours. I think it was of Lodestar.
Let me see. I met. I got to meet Robert Llewellyn.
Oh yeah.
I got to see him.
He's a good laugh.
Yeah, he's a good laugher. He talked. He was at a Comic-Con and he was doing a Red Dwarf panel, but he spent most of the time talking about Scrap Heap Challenge.
There's no listen to.
Nothing wrong with that then. So.
I like Scrap Heap Challenge.
Yeah.
I think I did serve at work. I served Joanna Page.
All right.
He plays Stacey, Gavin and Stacey.
Yeah.
And I just remember thinking at the time, like right now, because the Christmas special, I feel like you're the most famous person in the world right now, in Britain right now. And I feel like, should I ask you like if there's going to be another series or no? She's just doing something. So no, she's an all question. I see what I did serve once though, which is like I had no idea until afterwards. I served Yuri Keller.
All right.
And Yuri Keller's the guy who's famous for, you know, he thinks you can use mind power to bend spoons.
Yeah.
Which I think it's just a lot of bullshit. But well, no, you can if they're his spoons. Because he went to TV once and they laid out some spoons for him, and he was like, "Yeah, I can't do it today. I feel a bit tired."
Back to the instructions. What's in the news today?
Rubbish.
Exactly.
What do you think?
How did you like that then? Rubbish.
Oh.
Ladies and gentlemen, I've made a working chassis. What mess?
On the stream, Tom makes a working loco.
Once I've actually made something that works.
Yeah.
Finally, I've completed something.
Does it work?
Now, Tom, the real test. Can I pull 15 coaches?
No, I can go back.
Well, I don't know if you remember, Mike, but one time we did a load test with my engines, seeing how many coaches they could pull, and I think it was with the Britannia Firth of Clyde. We were doing it, and then suddenly part of the train broke away from the rest, and the engine came in the portion of the rear of the train.
Yeah, I remember that.
So yes, it can pull that much, but will the couplings hold? That's another question.
Right.
Okay.
Now I've got to do solder these bits. Yeah.
Right, I'll just get these bits put on here, and then we'll have to call it a day.
Oh, what?
Having too much fun.
Yeah.
I know, but you should have got here earlier, Chris.
You didn't invite me.
I know. You just threw yourself in, saying, "Right, I'm coming on. Get me in there."
He should be like a regular viewer, and then not viewer, guest.
He
is a regular guest anyway, but
just a random guest.
Yeah.
Hello. You may not recognise me, and there's a reason for that.
No, Mike. He's technically your Oz Clark. Your name.
Oh, wine. 1875, I think.
That's a good comparison, actually.
Yeah.
Hi, can I give you a hug? No, that's okay.
Okay, we'll get it. Right, we're going to the pub. Oh, yes.
I've got to talk to you, driver Clark. Is it about my driving? No. Is it about the quality of coal?
No.
Dereliction of duty. Dereliction of duty?
I've had reports of you poncing about and talking to people about wine and stuff. No. I had a whole wine tent and all that there, and a buffet thing all sorted and ready for you.
Remember when he was in the Rolls Royce with James and they did the sat nav?
Oh, don't go there. We got enough swear words in this stream.
Do you still have the money box?
Actually, where is that money box?
Oh, do you know what? Interesting facts? Oz Clark actually played a henchman in the first Superman film with Christopher Reeve.
There you go.
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
but that's because I've never seen Superman.
Yeah, you're missing out on a lot of good stuff, Chris.
I know that sarcasm anywhere.
No,
I know you too well.
No. That's actually genuine. Like, you really are missing quite a lot of good stuff.
Right, I'm pinning in the door cards. Still not a pug. Hang on, just to please you, just let me put this bit in first. Right. There it is.
You pulled it out of your groin? Why have you been keeping that? How?
It was very uncomfortable down there.
I know, and the pug didn't like it down there.
Oh dear.
Oh dear.
That came out of my wee drawer down here. That doesn't sound right either.
Context.
We failed trying to make this PG. All right, let's just.
I know we better make this PG, but
It's gone to 15 now.
I'm sorry, all you 9 viewers left.
9. Wow, that's a record.
See you, Max. Good night.
All right, Max. All the best.
Laters.
He's probably
All
gone
right.
by now.
That was your fault.
It's all your fault.
It's all your fault.
It's always Michael's fault. I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
Except when it's mine.
What happened?
More often than not, it is my fault.
Right.
I think I should get my insanity checked.
Yeah, the sooner the better.
Shouldn't we all?
Yeah, well, we're playing with bits of plastic and metal. What's not saying about that?
Yeah.
Right. You know when you work out a method of doing something, then you realise which you think works, but the one that you done earlier looks really crap.
Mm.
That's what I've just done. Basically, in terms of soldering, I've managed to sort of solder the inside of the W line here, so that it actually looks like you can't see it. But I've made it kind of obvious on this bit.
Oh dear.
I've got a lot of cleaning to do.
It's easy to fix, though, isn't it?
Not really.
Oh.
Well, I can file it down, but
Yeah.
Where the hell does this radiator go?
They usually go on a car.
Yes. But whereabouts on the car? On every car, it's different. Find it.
It goes in the radiator bit.
Goes where it normally sits, which could be anywhere.
It goes to the bit where all the steam comes out.
It's not a steam car. Wait.
Drive the car a few times then. If it overheats there, then you'll know where the radiator goes.
Yeah.
Ah, that's where it is.
Oh, you're supposed to put water in that.
It's like, that's the bit where the steam comes out. It's not a pug, though.
I've done a cool bit.
I think my car is a steam car. Why? Because steam's coming out of the front.
It's not supposed to do that. It isn't.
It isn't.
That made me a steam enthusiast. No.
My car has turned into a Stanley.
I've made another mistake as well.
Is this episode just about Tom making mistakes?
Well, to be honest, this is just it's just a normal occurrence, really.
I've been doing things really good. Well, I've had to solder you have to solder the wheels in for the axle boxes in, so that because I want well.
There.
I forgot to put the underframes in.
Ah.
Yeah.
I can't unsolder it because white metal melts.
Can you not just cut the underframes and then just carefully resolder them in?
Just cut them
up. You shouldn't have asked. You shouldn't have asked.
You just said that there. Just just cut. Yes.
He did not like it. Works. He did not like that answer.
That's not how it works.
Who said that? That reminds me of someone.
It is not a hobby. It is art.
What about the Soviet Womble thing? It's not a killing house. It's a killing bungalow.
This is no game. This is
did you see his recent one?
Yeah.
It's
weird.
But then again, all of his ones are.
Well, this is true. This is true. If you've got nothing better to do, just watch Soviet Womble.
In the chat there, Heisler says, "Don't mention the coach ends."
Why?
Yeah, don't don't, Chris. Just don't.
Oh,
Okay, I'll not ask.
well, you'll be glad to know I decided to scrap that idea.
Okay.
Were we really pleased to know?
Right. Okay. Now I can't even start it in. That's what I said to her.
That's what she said.
That just shows our maturity here.
There's no point being adult if you can't have fun sometimes.
To be fair, it's no worse than anything I said tonight.
Yeah. I've said a lot worse. I've got some really bad jokes, I can tell you. But I don't think it's perfect for the stream.
Well, the Lancashire and Yorkshire Jag is coming along nicely.
Yeah. I forgot how to fly a boomerang, so they came back to me.
See, for some reason, that reminds me of the flying buffer beam.
Oh.
This is the weirdest looking thing ever.
The flying buffer beam.
No.
Yeah, and believe it or not, it's an engine.
Yep.
I think I need to Google this for context.
Yeah, it's best.
It's a very strange looking engine.
Very strange.
Did you know that Princess Diana had dandruff?
What?
They found out Princess Diana had dandruff. They found her head and shoulders in the boot.
Oh, God!
Sorry.
I think Michael's just died.
I feel really bad, sorry.
How dare you talk about the Princess of Wales like that?
No, I'm sorry.
He's giving it sounds exactly like CGI series Bill and Ben. Yes, he does actually. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I see what you mean. The flying buffer beam.
Yeah, it's a weird thing.
And now suddenly I want a model of that because it's so ridiculous.
Right.
Oh, that is adorable.
Oh my god.
Well,
I'm just seeing it.
I think
What?
Michael just Googled the flying buffer beam as well.
So small.
it's titchy.
Where's the engine? All I can see is the footplate.
And the buffer beam.
Is there an engine in there?
Yeah.
Somewhere. Apparently.
Right, hang on a second. I'll show the
Stream.
I'll show the stream here at the engine. Hang on a sec. Right, guys. This is what we're referring. This is what we're looking at here. Hang on.
This is what we're looking at in sheer terror.
Yes, in sheer terror. So this is the engine.
Ridiculous looking thing ever.
It looks like Bill and Ben sleepwalking or something.
It looks like Bill and Ben went under a low bridge.
A car compactor.
No, it looks like Bill and Ben, the Wile E. Coyote cartoon or something.
Aye, good.
Or if you want to put into their real name, Alfred and Judy.
Yeah.
Or,
So it could be worse.
yeah, it could be Jimmy Carr.
Well, I was going to say it could be Richard and Judy, but oh well.
Well,
Max was saying, where's the fun in the maturity?
Where's the phone?
You can't. It's not in there.
so it has no engine. No, that's not true. It does have an engine. You just have to find it.
Oh,
Look very hard.
I've said this story before, but there's a guy who I met once at Didcot when I was working as a volunteer. Apparently, he's having a look at
Bloody
the engine.
Westerners.
Yeah. That's what I thought, actually, because we were showing around some of the locos. At one point, he asked, "Where's the engine?" I was like, "It's right there." No,
you're looking at it.
No, where do you put the engine? I'm like, "You're looking at it."
This wouldn't have been Sharon or Shannon by any chance.
Probably.
But it is the engine.
Exactly, but he thought when he said engine, he thought it meant like the engine in the car, sort of thing. So he thought it worked the same way as a steam. He thought the steam engine worked the same way as the car did.
Try and find the engine on a rail motor.
Right. I'm gonna leave the level crossing here so I can just get, because I've pretty much got like most of the level crossing here sorted out now. Here, just need to get it all painted up now. So that's it, pretty much assembled. So, guys, shall we wrap it up now for the evening here, because we've got a wee bit ahead of time now here. So
that's fine.
Yeah, I think
That's my fault. I'm sorry.
yeah.
Well, we've kind of changed the topic a bit as well.
Yeah. Okay, so yeah, to finish up for like, just show what we've done so far. So let's see, Ben, you can go first here.
Oh no!
Yeah.
Took him by surprise.
Well, yeah, basically the workshop is done. I think it looks nice and grubby.
As all good workshops should be.
Yep.
Yeah.
And one smushed Gretchen under the bomb. Also, one paint that's been quite handy is you can see where I've sort of made these are supposed to be light bulbs. Used a yellow wash.
Yeah. Wow.
To do that. It's the new Citadel contrast paints.
Ah.
Like a heavily pigmented wash. They're actually really handy for all sorts of things.
I might actually order one of those, because I actually think the yellow wash might be handy.
Yeah, it depends really what it's a bit of trial and error really.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like that. I'll get it on the camera. That tire there.
Yeah.
Originally painted the same way as the rest of this, but that's had a couple coats of the black contrast paint.
Mm-hmm.
So rather than a solid black, it's made it come out as like a dirty black.
Ah.
So yeah, just need to do the figures to go on it now.
Cool. Somebody just asked there, are those Lego tires on your boat there?
Yes. Sorry, not Lego. They're the oh god, some off-brand from Wilco's. So it's not Lego.
It's fake Lego.
It's a dirty knockoff.
Okay, and Tom, let's see your progress.
Right, well, I was just going to grab something quick. Yeah, well, this is something that's been on my mind. Like, how I've never actually done anything like this before. It's making a chassis from white metal. I kept thinking, because in the past I've always used white metal for fittings, and I've always stuck it with glue. But on this occasion, I actually went ahead and soldered the whole thing together on a piece of brass, and it actually works. And I'm using wheels that I thought I wasn't going to get a chance to use again. I'm very, very pleased with it. I've still got, well, because I've put it on, well, in the wrong order, I'm now going to have to file some of these down and slide them underneath. But apart from that, quite proud of that. And on the other note, because that's going to be the car wagon.
Okay.
Finished. I've actually just about nearly finished painting this up. Remember this? The rear wheel one?
Yeah, I remember that.
Well, there we go.
Awesome.
I mean, I've got no idea how I'm going to do the lettering, but apart from that,
Well, I can have a look. I'm looking further.
still got to finish the painting, but apart from that, I'm happy with it.
Awesome. And Chris, let's see your progress.
Right, well, there's the pug.
Well, it's original packaging.
Yes, it's in mint condition. No, seriously, that's what I've been working on, and got the front and rear bumpers on, the radiator on, and made up the entire back axle. So
sweet.
So progress, in other words.
Sweet.
Still not a pug.
It's never worked.
It will be next week.
Yes, I promise. I promise.
Okay. And then for me here, like like I said earlier on here, that's the progress I've made for the Farquhar goods shed. Even using the Dapple booking office, booking hall station kit. I haven't put the windows. I'm not going to put the windows in just yet here because I need to get everything all painted up then. Because it'll look a lot more professional once you have everything painted up and then you have the windows on afterwards. So that's that sorted out for that. And then for the level crossing, really, there's only like a few. Looking at the reference photographs, really, there's only really just like the main ramps. Really, that's pretty much all that's assembled, and also the just get them here. The gates themselves there, so they're just like just easy enough to put together. So very quick there, and yeah, all we need to do is just get them painted up and ready to assemble. So that's pretty much me for this week. Next week I'll probably be seeing about making a start on maybe making the overhead gantry signal box,
and I'll be building the pug.
Yeah, what he said. So guys, with that note, thank you very much for tuning into Modeller's Corner. I'll try and work out what name we'll call it this week. It's many names. So
can you hear me?
Yeah. So, but
what?
yeah,
I have to do modeling.
Okay. So anyway, big thank you here to Ben, Tom, and even Simon Martin who left the chat there at half an hour ago. So yeah, thank you very much, guys, for coming along, and also thanks very much, Chris, there for making a surprise appearance at the end. And that's kind of like a teaser for next week's stream. So also just want to point out as well here, apologies for the showcase not to be on this week here, but I promise it'll be on next week here. So if anybody wants any of their models featured in the showcase, again, send me through pictures on Twitter, and I'll put them in the folder. Next week's Modeller's Corner is going to take place on Saturday because I've on next Friday night here, so I won't be able to hold the stream. So tomorrow it'll be next Saturday. Next Modeller's Corner is going to be on. So mark your calendars. That's when it's going to be. Okay, guys, that's all I have to say. Anything else we want to say before we sign off?
How's your private, Mike?
How's my what?
How's your injury? Is that right?
It's fine. I'm
injury?
I've recovered.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I don't know what you're on about.
No, I don't know what you're on about there, but yeah, I'll live through it. Okay, guys, take care. We'll see you guys soon.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
So long and farewell.